everybody, what's up? Only 8 minutes late today. But I was making my coffee. I'm out of my Nespresso. I just ordered some, so it'll be in tomorrow. But I have like the espresso shots left, so I have to do it like 4 times. And I think I'm gonna need a new Nespresso machine. It's like so loud and it takes forever to to make one. So I'm like pushing it like 4 times and my mom's trying to watch what is she watching? The Chosen or something? Have you guys watched that? She's said she went to the movie theater to see like the like the newest or the newest season or something. She's trying to get me to watch it, but any of you guys here watch it? It's like about Jesus and stuff. But anyway, so I'm like, I'm sorry, mom. I'm pressing 4 times. That's why I'm a little bit late. I actually have a reason. Well, I always have a reason, but I know I should just wait. I should make sure I get the stuff done so I'm not late. But hey, hey Muffy, hey Cool Gamer, Nicole, Lisa, what's up, everybody? Dominic in the house, Peyton. How's everybody doing today? Yay! Listen while you clean. Hey Dolores. I'm sorry. I have been like biting my tongue so much about this Jack Showalter. I mean, I've talked about him a little bit, but that has been my number one guy since the freaking beginning. But I was just trying to, play it calm and not say too much, but I can't now that the Kaylee's dad has came out and said some stuff and about it that makes it seem like he's talking about him, and we know he knows more, and I feel like that's my past to be able to say how I feel, because I really have a really bad feeling about him. And this is just opinion. Like I said, we all have our opinions who we think did it. I mean, I'm not 100%. I just, the way that there's so many things that point to him, I feel like. And then that food truck video, I'm telling you, a lot of people say that there's nothing in there, but to me, there's a lot in there. I feel like he was ditched by these 2 girls. Like he was ditched. And I think Kaylee was more who he had his eye on more out of the 2. I can't be 100%, but, and I feel like they ditched him. His feelings got hurt. He's already got anger problems. We see past well, we see, like, hearsay of people. Um, there's a one girl that worked with him, and then there's just, like, hearsay about, like, him, getting kicked out of the bar, getting kicked out of the, fraternity. Uh, we're gonna go through it all. Um, so I went through, like, his parents', social media and stuff. Both his parents are doctors. His Now I know his one brother's a doctor. The other brother might be a doctor too. It's hard to tell. Has anybody able to confirm that both of them are doctors? But they both graduated. I think he's like the black sheep, the one that maybe doesn't feel like he's good enough. If you go back and look at the photos from their trips to Africa and stuff, he's never with them. Go back and look at the pictures. The other 2 sons, the other 3 sons, the one that's adopted, Hank, Sam, and Ben, they're all always in the pictures with them in Africa. Who's never been? Who haven't I seen a picture of? They're in Africa with them. John. It's John Jack Showalter. We're just gonna call him Jack because that's what he goes by. At least that's what I think he goes by. I think that's what like his social media is Jack. But yeah, who is never in the pictures? Who doesn't go on the trips with them normally? Who's probably feels like not good enough? There's probably something back in childhood that is creating these anger issues and stuff. You know what though? No, you know what, Journey of Justice? It's not the same fraternity though, because if you go look at the name, let me double check that. Because if you look at the name that Ethan was in, and then look at the fraternity that he has listed in his LinkedIn, it's not the name of the same fraternity. So I don't think, which that would be like even a bigger scenario, because then he already has this probably like anger towards Ethan if it really was indeed the fraternity that Ethan got kicked out of. Remind me, what is the fraternity that Ethan's in? I'm pretty sure I know, but I just want to see what you guys say. What is the name of the fraternity that Ethan's in? Just real quick. Yes, exactly. Okay. So yeah, that's what's in my head, and what I have in my notes too. And that's not the one that he was in though. So, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay. doesn't mean that the rumor that he got kicked out for like anger problems. He has okay, so his alibi supposedly, and I'm going by just like hearsay and then trying to put a little bit clues of what Kaylee's dad said. We're gonna go through the article, but supposedly he freaking Sigma Chi boot. Oh yeah, maybe. But then why you wouldn't think another fraternity would have hired him? Um, if he got kicked out of one. Here's the fraternity that he has listed. Hold on. We're gonna go through like a bunch of all the screenshots and a bunch of stuff, but I just wanted to kind of go through some of my just summary of what's going on in my head here and why I'm just a little bit leery of him. And we know that he's good with a knife. We that he has like not those kind of knives, right? He's a hunter. Okay, so that was one thing they said that's probably something to look for. Somebody that knows how to use the knife, that has a knife and knows how to use one. We know he's a hunter. That he goes hunting with his family, and he uses those knives. Hold on, let me bring up the what is the name of his fraternity? Hold on one second. It's called, at least the one he has in his LinkedIn is called Delta Tau Delta Tau Delta Delta Tau Delta. So I was guessing because that's he became a member in 2019 of that fraternity. So that's got to be the one he got kicked out of, right? That's what I'm guessing. So I don't think it is the same one as Ethan's, guys. Um, yeah, look, this is hold on. Let me share my screen real quick. I'll just start sharing my stuff real quick. Hold on. All right. So let's actually start. Okay. So, yeah, his alibi supposedly is that he drove to his freaking parents' cabin that they were staying at that was supposedly 5 hours away. Um, so you're saying at around 2 in the morning, because we know that it was like what, around 1:30, a little bit after 1:30 when they were at the food truck because they didn't get home, they got home at 1:45. So they probably left at like 1:40 from the food truck, right? The girl. So he would have left at like 20 till around 1:40 probably. He leaves when he runs off. Okay. So you're telling me he just goes home or he just goes and I don't know, maybe gets a bag, whatever. And he just starts driving 5 hours at like almost 2 in the morning after supposedly he was at the bar. He got kicked out, if that's true. Supposedly he got kicked out of that same bar they were at. Now I don't know, it sounds like they're saying it's the same night he got kicked out. I haven't been able to confirm it. This is all hearsay, but let's say he did. Was he drinking and then he's just going to go drive 5 hours to his parents' cabin? So that tells me number one, if he's 5 hours away, did they even get to interview him like in person to see if he had like any cuts, anything on him, on his hands, arms, anything? Did they get to freaking interview him in person? Because that's not right. Like, how I would like to, I hope they didn't just let him get away and be like, no, he's not. No, he said he's with his parents. His parents could vouch for him. He was there at this time. He's fine. He's got an alibi. And then they just go with that. That's not right. And then supposedly, um, that he's in Africa now. I don't know. And here, let me bring up this article. And this is why I think that rumor is true because of what Kaylee's dad said. Um, So, like I said, I can't confirm any of this stuff. It's just what's going around in the groups. It's going around. People are talking, and the Kaylee's dad's giving a little bit of hints and stuff. And nobody was ever cleared. That's the thing. Everybody says cleared, but if that was not the wording that they ever used. I never heard. Well, at least if you guys could prove me other wrong, if you could prove me wrong on that, then send me something where it says that he was clear. They don't they just say that they're not looking into him or they're not. Hold on. I think I actually have the document where it says that. Let me bring it up. Where it like quotes like what they said in the press conference and in their like official document. It doesn't say cleared because how can they clear somebody? Because that was like that first day or that first press conference. How can they clear somebody that quick when they don't even know who it was? How, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if he's 5 hours away, how is he cleared? I'm sorry. And then there's something going around where there's this fraternity picture So here, let me just show you. So all the like doubts, like the debates where people are arguing about different things. Like here's this picture right here. So people are saying, well, hold on. Shoot, this one doesn't show. It was posted November. Shoot, this one doesn't have the date. I had the date. I think it was like November 29th that they posted it. Did anybody see that? Somehow I got the picture where I cut it off. Gosh darn it. But it would have been after. It was either November 22nd or November 29th or something. November 20 something that they posted this picture. Okay, and he's in it. He's right here. So people were like, "Well, how could they oppose? Yeah, how could he be in Africa if they posted it on that day? He was still in town." And there's like people like arguing about it, and they're like, "No, they could have took the picture early on. They could have took this picture anytime, and then they posted it." And then people arguing, if he was kicked out, why would they post it with him in there? That's a good point. I don't know. It's just hearsay if he was kicked out of the fraternity, but here's the fraternity. And yeah, and it was posted November 20 something, like I said, but that doesn't mean the picture was taken then. So this is him right here in the back. Um, no, this is Delta. No, this is the one that this is the one. Who asked that? Wait, who is that? Yeah, yeah, actually, dude, somebody just we're gonna watch that. I have so much stuff to share. Shoot. So somebody just emailed me this awesome TikTok, and now okay, so hold on a second. We'll get there, but yes, we're gonna get to that. And you don't even know who I'm talking to. Hold on. I didn't put the comment up of who I was talking to. Where is it? Er, now I can't find the comment. Okay. All right, let's just start. Let's just first I want to bring up first this article real quick. At least a part of the article that Steve Gonsalves did. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay, so let's do this article real quick. Oh, and then remind me, yes, that's another thing I have to do. Is the document right after that where they don't say cleared, they say something else. So remind me right after I show this, so you guys could see, because everybody kept coming in when I was talking about him, like he's been cleared, but no, he wasn't. They never said cleared. I'm sorry. At least I didn't hear him. I don't know. I guess I could be wrong, but I don't care if they said cleared the first day or the first couple days, because we know things could change. Okay, so Steve Gonsalves raised his fears Sunday in an exclusive interview with the Post, saying he was also concerned that one suspicious character had been ruled out too quickly, seemingly allowed him to flee the country without taking a DNA test. And that's another thing, DNA. So his parents, like I said, his parents are both doctors. His brother's a doctor. I'm not sure if the other brother does anybody know? I was trying to verify if both brothers were doctors. For sure, the one is in. Hold on, let me see. Um, Supposedly they're like donators to the school. So they're have some pull and some power. I don't know if he's adopted. I heard that rumor going around, but to be honest, he looks too much like a part of. He looks like his brother. I mean, I feel like he looks like his brothers and his parents too much. I don't know. I could be wrong. I know I heard people talking about him being adopted, but I haven't been able to show for sure that he has been adopted. And if you look at the way he looks, I feel like he looks like he's biological. He looks like he's related, in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, sometimes you never know. People could look like. He has a brother adopted. Yeah, Hank is adopted, but I don't think Jack doesn't look like he's adopted to me. Yes. Can you email me, Curran? Christina, email me. Okay, is this new, Liz? They used the word cleared. Can I see where they said cleared? Because I thought they said something like they're not looking at him or they're not worried about him or something like that. And look at the word look at this time. So right there, that wordage right there, like, that would be concerning at this time. That's not official. I mean, how could and he's not cleared in my eyes. Anyway, okay, so he lashed out at the squad officers, is only 26. He complained, meaning he was only 19 when the sleepy city of Moscow last had its slain in 2015. So this is Steve saying that they're just inexperienced. I don't want anyone making mistakes in my child's case. Um, most and also saying they're not the most tech savvy. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that one, that little part there though. Okay. So we have that. And then Crystal, okay. Will you guys email me? There we go. I think that's more than what they said. Hold on. Let me bring up where did I put this? Let me bring up that document and I'll see how they worded it. Because that sounds more like what I remember. Like not currently. Let's see. Um At this time in the investigation, detectives oh here, hold on. Let me just share my this is one of the documents that they talk about it. But I know they've had other ways of explaining it, but this is one of the ways they say. Um At this time in the investigations, detectives do not believe the following are involved in this crime scene. Two surviving roommates, male in the grub truck surveillance video, private party who took Kaylee and Madison home on November 13th. The male Kaylee and Madison called numerous times during the early mornings hours of the November 13th, or any individual of the residence when 911 was called. They do not believe at this time. Okay. To me, oh, can you guys read that? That's not even that big, but yeah. So that's not convinced. I mean, I'm not, yeah, I'm sorry. I want I don't know. I feel like he just got all hurt. His feelings got hurt. They ditched him. He probably had a thing for this is all opinion, you guys. Like I said, just all my opinion, just a theory. He had a little thing for Kaylee, or at least one of the girls. I can't say for sure Kaylee. And he got mad that they ditched him. All right, so I'm gonna go through some screenshots now. A couple of them I already went through, and then there's most of them are newer ones that I haven't been through. But the first two is the one, and I have Joe. I don't even know how to say his last name. Vito maybe. We're gonna watch his TikToks too, where he talks about his experience with Jack. Well, he doesn't say Jack, but with the hoodie guy. So we're gonna go watch those videos too, and I want you guys to watch those. But so this is where he's talking. Now this is old. I know we've went through it before, but I just want to remind everybody of everything that's out there with this Jack guy. So it says the bigger guy was pointing to his food ready to pick, not to the girls leaving. Me too. And then Joe says, I pointed to the girls. He told me he was making sure they got home safe. And I was like, well, they are leaving. He's like, I'm the guy in the tan hat. I was just chatting it up with him, waiting for food because it takes a while. And he said he was their friend, making sure they got home safe. He seemed nice and was funny. I had no idea he was lurking. Okay. Um. Oh, thanks, Brittany. Yay! Yeah, you did. And sorry, chat. I'll chat with you guys in a minute. So I apologize if I'm not saying hi to everybody. I just want to go through some of the stuff I have first. So there was a photo of Jack. So this is JS. That's his initials. A couple days ago on this page from that night. If anybody could find this photo, please. I don't know. It disappeared and I can't find it. From that night. Did other people see it before it got taken down? He's in the background by a door with a girl in front of the painting. So they're saying he's in the house, that there's a photo of him in the house. Did anybody see it in chat? I guess I will have to check chat because I'm going to be asking you questions. Can Ahmad put my email out for who's asked for it? What do you mean just a sub, really, Casey? What does that mean? Just a sub, really? I don't know what you're referring to, but can somebody me see. I could put it in there real quick. It's I don't know if there's any mods even here. There you go. There's my email. Okay. That wasn't him. Somebody says was, but got deleted a few days ago. He's at the end of the hallway and he was wearing a white shirt. It proved that he knew the layout of the house. I hope the poster submitted it to the tip line. Also, if he was there days prior, he could have unlocked a window so he could get in. And obviously the exit point would be the slider. This is also freaky. Okay. Night before. So yes, that's very real possibility. It really is. I saw it. That was a shorter, thinner, curly-haired redhead. So if anybody has seen this and have that picture, I'd like to see it because I don't know. I have never seen it, so I don't know if it really is. Okay, so here is which one is this? Oh, this is a person that worked with Jack, okay? And the name that's blacked out is Jack Showalter. Yeah, remember, you guys, the Jack that I'm talking about is not the ex-boyfriend. Jack Showalter is the guy in the food truck guy. Well, I guess there's some people that say that it hasn't even been confirmed that that was him, the hoodie guy. But the guy I'm talking about is the guy that we think is the hoodie guy from the food truck, which is Jack Showalter. Like I said, I can't say 100% that is even him in there. But that's just, to me, it looks like him, and a lot of people are thinking the same thing. But yeah, he's the hoodie guy. Well, allegedly, whatever. Yeah, no, it's not the X. Shoot, are people thinking it's the X? Hey, mods, like, or anybody could correct if people come in and think I'm talking about Jack D, because that's not who I mean, not the X. Okay. It says, hello, I'm sorry to hear about this student who was murdered recently. Also, thank you all for your hard work you put in. I'm originally from Boise, but currently live out of state. So I hope I am still allowed to give any possible helpful information pertaining to the case. I couldn't help but notice that a young man named Jack Showalter may have been a person of interest. I only bring this up because I used to work with him at Flatbread. Summer of 21 to be exact. I'm not sure how much information you all were able to gather from him, but I couldn't help shake the feeling that he may be involved. I hope it's not my own personal bias, as I didn't work with him for long, but there were just some specific behaviors that gave me an eerie vibe. According to my boss, he was a seasonal employee and would be going back to college later in the fall. At first, we seemed to be able to work together fairly well, but a few shifts in, his demeanor changed completely. Another female co-worker, and I were in the middle of a dinner rush, and apparently a mistake was made somewhere, and he started blaming me for things that I didn't do. Where are we at? Blaming, yeah, for me, things I didn't do, saying things like you are the dumbest bee I've ever met, and pacing around, standing super close and getting in my way. When I tried to put some space between us in an attempt to ease the tension, I decided to play along by saying, thank you so much, hoping maybe he'd shift course or at least ease up a little. But instead, he became even more aggressive and started towering over me and shouting. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared for that kind of interaction that evening, so I slapped him. Not my proudest moment, but it seemed like the safest alternative for me at the time, being shorter than he is. I got written up for it, so it was on record. But apparently, it was not the first time he has treated other women in the kitchen in a similar fashion. To what extent, I'm not sure, but they all said he had made them uncomfortable. It concerns me because I saw the food truck footage, and if that really is the same Jack, I would definitely keep my eye on him and ask around a little more. Something just doesn't sit right with me. I hope this helps, and thank you for taking the time to go through all of these. So, hey, Tennessee. Hey, Ava. Hey, Juliet. Cutie. Hey, Carly with an I. Daniel, Marie, Natalie. He is a short guy. Hey, Kalo, Christina. All right, so now let's go. So here's the family. Here's Jack when he's little. Now, this is the brother that's a doctor. This one, I'm not sure. This is the one I'm trying to verify if he's going to medical school. This is Hank, the adopted one. And don't go attack them. Don't leave them alone. We just like to discuss these theories. The cops will handle it, guys. Don't go to their pages or attack them, or you know what I'm saying. Just leave them. Let law enforcement do their thing, okay? But this is Jack right here when he's a little guy, just a little guy, and there he is right here. He's got a nice black eye. A cute little kid. So you can see he's the youngest. Here he is right here. Here, right here. And I just grabbed like posts of people like that talked about him or that knew anything about him. So it says this dude in the video name is Jake. He says Jake Showalter. He lived near them and got kicked out of the bar for acting creepy and hunted a lot. It's not the same Jake, yeah, because it's not Jake, buddy. Here's another picture of him. It's literally the neighbor, and it's so obvious, especially after his interview Monday. See, this is the other neighbor, actually. Never mind. See, they're getting the two neighbors mixed up. But look at this, though. I don't know if somebody like pointed that out. Do you guys see that? Do you think? I mean, they have the thing there, so there must be something there. If that's a footprint or whatever. Hopefully they have like like something that would so here's the Joe guy again. It says, thanks for clarifying. Do you remember this exact reaction words when you pointed out the girl had left? Yeah, he said, what the F? Like he was like, why are these girls ditching me? Oh, this is that picture with I don't even know. Did anybody find out if that was actually blood that was dripping? That house must have some freaking, I don't know, issues with blood. All right, you know what? Some of this stuff I'm going to go over. I want to play the video first, but I just wanted to make sure. Hold on one second. No, that's the one. So here's another thing. So it says, I think the neighbor did it. The girls had filed reports with the local police claiming he had stalked them. He had belonged to a frat but was thrown out. It's been theorized that Ethan, who also belonged to a frat, which was different than the one the neighbor belonged to, told the neighbors frat about the stalking and got the neighbor kicked out. It explains motive and targeting. The girl's house had party. Oh, okay. So that you guys. Oh wait. Okay, what message? Hold on. Sorry, I make sure I keep looking at chat a little here and there, but I'm going back to see where is your message in chat? I'll check my emails when I start playing the videos, guys. Just give me a little bit. I'm going to play them in a little bit. I want to play Joe's videos after I go through a couple more of these. Can you email me on Not So Dumb Blonde, please? And then when I check my emails, I'll get it. Okay. The girl's house had parties at their house all the time. The neighbor probably went to those parties. Their front door code was given out freely. He was a champion. No. He killed large animals and cut them in two. He had a large knife collection. Okay. And then we all seen this. Oh, trigger. Sorry. I think this one's been going around so much but this is when they were hunting. Well, just proves that he is good with the knife. You know, he knows how to use a knife. That's all right. Hold on one second. I want to make sure. So here's another one where it says, it is a fact that Hoodie Guy had been acting weird at the bar and the girls had complained as he was creeping them out. My niece was with them and her roommates, along with other sorority sisters that evening at the bar. He had creeped the girls out that much to make a complaint. Stalking behavior, if you ask me. He then went to the food truck and made them feel uncomfortable. And how in the video he leaves abruptly when their ride comes is disturbing. I am curious where was his vehicle parked? It's not within walking distance to his supposed address next to the girl's home, if that is indeed correct. Did he get a ride home with an Uber or Lyft? What time? Who leaves at 2 a.m. to drive to a hunting cabin? And is it hunting season in Idaho still? The phone records and DNA are most likely still being processed. So I don't know if that's um if this is a legit person that says they have wait, what was it? My niece, like, is that true? I mean, somebody, like actual somebody that could verify that he did get kicked out of the bar that day and he was creeping on him. Like I said, I mean, I don't know. People post things. Some of it's legit, some's not. You just kind of have to go through. Yeah, I drove 5 straight hours to his parents' cabin before he left for Africa. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm just going by what Steve said that one of the people um left the country. So I don't know. This is another theory, but you know what? I'm going to read some of these later actually because that's just a theory, which is pretty interesting, but I want to play that video after I go through these last couple. So it says, for people who are also skeptical of Jack, my boyfriend had an interesting thought that I wanted to share. I haven't heard anyone else bring this up, but I apologize if it's already been discussed. Allegedly, I have no idea if this has been confirmed, but I'm just branching off of our own theory. Jack drove 5 hours to his parents' cabin the morning after the murders. If this is true, wouldn't it be helpful for law enforcement to check camera footage at gas stations, rest stops that are located on his route from Moscow to his parents' cabin? It's likely he stopped to use a bathroom, fill up his gas tank, get a snack or drink, etc. My hometown, along with many of my friends and peers, was located 6 hours from my college town. As much as I wanted to make the whole drive without stopping, I had to make at least one stop to use the bathroom, fill up my tank, get a snack, etc. Same with many of my friends and peers. My point is, 5 hours is a long time to drive without stopping. If law enforcement is able to get camera footage from a gas station, rest stop, they could easily rule him out if his location after time of murders was too far away from Moscow. If he was seen in a town that's located 4 hours away from Moscow an hour after the murders occurred, it's physically impossible. They could have a reason to believe that he is responsible with that same information. If he was in a town that was 30 minutes away, an hour after the murders. I know he's already been ruled out, but that doesn't mean law enforcement can't and won't still consider him in the future. This evidence could make or break him, which hopefully they actually are already getting on that. And then supposedly his apartment's right here is what J241. Girl's house circled in green. Jack Showalter apartment is the red dot. Guessing Kaylee was rude to him at the bar, got him kicked out, and he snapped. Couple that with his getting kicked out of Ethan's frat. It's not Ethan's frat though, but yeah. And if that's true, that person's niece that said, or wait, that was another one that they said that they heard that he complained to his frat, but it's a different frat than Ethan's and got him kicked out of his frat. So I mean, I wish we could verify all this, but yeah, look, he lives pretty gosh darn close to the girls, if that is confirmed that he lives in these apartments. All right, so now I'm going to play Joe's TikToks that he's been releasing about this this interaction with Jack, or the hoodie guy. All right, hold on. How many of you guys have seen it already? There's like 5 parts, and then there's one other one that it was alive, so I had to take it. Well, we'll get to that. First, I'm gonna play the ones that are just his pre-recorded. All right, hold on one second. But yeah, how many have seen it? Put a 1 if you guys have seen it already.
Jump on this and make a video real quick.
Okay.
Kind of just squash some stuff that I've been
drinking.
seeing. So, first and foremost, I feel super awkward that I even have to make this video, but I've been like not really keeping track.
Put it 2 if you haven't seen it. I just want to see drinking the Kool-Aid. You can't speak. Come on. There's always people that haven't seen it. Plus, you could always catch things, watching it a second time. Put it 2 if you haven't seen it. And if you don't want to watch it again, then you don't have to go drink some more Kool-Aid. It's fine.
Of all of the stuff that's going on with this investigation for those girls that were killed, and to start off, like the very next day when they had announced the murders, and when they had shown the photos, as soon as I saw the photos, I messaged the 2 people that were in that video that I was talking to, my neighbor and then another guy that we had met earlier that night who I thought was really cool. And we invited him to come with us to Grub Bus. And I was like, hey, weren't 2 of these girls at the Grub Bus with us last night? And they couldn't remember, but they were also very drunk and I was not. So I did have, there's a drink called a Larry Craig. That's like a really popular drink over here. I did have one of those at Corner Club, but I mean, other than that, I was totally sober. When they confirmed that those were the girls, the only reason I knew that it was those girls was because I saw the video that said, oh, they were seen at this thing. Because I actually called the police right away and was like, hey, I think I might have information. I just need to know like what was one of the girls wearing, because I remember one of them had like pink, because the one that bumped into me at Corner Club was wearing pink. But nobody called me back from the police, and I was like, okay, they're probably just swamped with information, probably whatever. But then when the video came out and people were like, no, those were the girls, and those 2 people were like, dude, those were the girls, I was like, okay, I'm gonna physically go to the police station and talk to the police. I told the police everything I saw, which is different than what I think is going out there right now. And I was just waiting for food. I'm just like everybody else in town that waits for food at the Grub Bus. It does take a while. Everybody goes there. And so that was kind of the thing. It was like, no, if you're ending the night, you end it at Grub Bus. But other than that, I don't really have any like crazy information. I don't know why everybody's reaching out to me. I don't know why so many people are trying to spin things around. And so what I've decided to do is that I'm only commenting on things that are like ridiculous, so try and give clarity. But man, people are really turning this into something it's not. Sorry, I had to do this in 2 parts because there's a lot. And I'm also shivering. It's cold and I'm in my truck. Yeah. So I want to address a few things specifically. One being the news article that came out was the first person that I actually like talked to with the news media. A lot of media outlets have reached out to me, and I've just ignored them because I just was like, man, I just was waiting for food. Like, I have nothing to add. I've given all the helpful information I can to the police. It would make 0 sense for me to give any more information to random people. But these rumors that are going around were just like crazy, and I didn't have a bad vibe from the guy that people were dragging through the mud. I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I could speak to the vibe I got from him, which was all people really wanted to know at first anyways, and I thought he was fine. Now, the news outlet that I talked to, I mean, he really embellished some stuff I said and added his own words to things and kind of changed the verbiage. I wasn't defending anybody. That's one thing he said. I wasn't defending him. I was just saying people need to stop spreading rumors because that could ruin his life. What if he's innocent? It would ruin his life. The other thing he said is that I noticed him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him till I cracked the joke to the frat guys because I thought it was ridiculous that it was like freezing outside and that guy was in a tank top. So I just made a joke because that's how I make friends. I don't know. But that's when the guy chimed in and I noticed him. I didn't notice him until that moment. When I was at Corner Club, when I said ew, some people were like, "What? That's such a weird thing to say. Why would I?" That's what you say when you're standing talking to friends and somebody really drunk like they smell drunk. They're like bouncing around and they bump into you and like rub up against you. Like that's it's gross. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but she was really, I mean, you could even see in the Grub Bus video, she walked between us several times and just couldn't even walk straight. That girl was very drunk. She's actually the only one that I thought was really drunk. And she was the only one I noticed at Corner Club because she had bumped into me. Another thing that was weird is that the guy who was interviewing me from the Daily Mail or whatever it was, he said glass-eyed, and I was like, sure, yeah, like that. I didn't actually even use that word. That was his word. And then as far as the car goes, yeah, there's a car that pulled up. I couldn't remember what it was. I couldn't remember if it was black, blue, gray. I couldn't remember. I just remember there a car pulled up. Ooh, so cold. So yeah, so I didn't know what color the car was. It was dark, and I just felt like when I told the guy, I said it was a dark car, I couldn't remember what color it was. And I think when I was at the police station, I couldn't remember what color it was. They asked me to. And yeah, so but the Daily Mail guy was like, no, you need to, like, was it blue? Was it black? I was like, I can't remember if it was blue or black. I can't remember. He's like, we'll just say dark colored car. And I was like, okay. I was like, I think it was a 4-door sedan, but this guy got out and was like, hey, let's go. What's going on? Because the girls were making videos and laughing and they were trying to grab all the food. Every time food was coming out from the Grub Bus, they were just trying to grab it. And they thought it was funny. And I mean, it was a little funny, but they were trying to grab all the food that was coming out. And when I went up and I talked to the guy at the Grub Bus, I said, did you just give them food? Because he just said, here you go, like that, and gave them food. And then they ran off. I actually told the Grub Bus, I was like, that was really nice of you. He's like, yeah, they just need to, they need to get home. And I was like, yeah. They were trying to climb into the Grub Bus. So, I mean, very drunk. And then honestly, as soon as they called my number, I told the guy, I said, they're leaving, bro. And then because they called my number, all I could think about was pasta. I couldn't think about anything else other than just eating macaroni and cheese. And that was it. I didn't give any other thoughts. I didn't think anything else about it. Yeah. Some people have said that, like, I've seen some people say, like, oh, I think it's suspicious how much Joe remembers. I'm an adult. Like, as soon as I realized that those were the girls that we saw.
Yeah, guys, this is the guy that was talking to Hoodie Guy. The guy, hold on, let me see. I mean, you guys know who it is, right? I feel like there's some people confused. It's the guy that was talking to the Hoodie Guy. He was like in the tan outfit, tan jacket. I'm trying to see if I have like a screenshot of it to show you who it was. Here, it's this guy real quick.
Usually apologizing for him.
Right here.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't make up for it, but like,
Oh, you can't see my mouse, but it's this guy.
Reduce for you. Sorry, I'm talking to Twitch stream.
Hold on, let me do this guy with the tan hat, the bigger guy. And he ends up talking to Hoodie Guy. And that's what he's talking about. He's talking about his interaction with the Hoodie Guy, which we think is Jack Showalter. And he talks about also he talks about the girls, because there's this thing going. Well, a lot of you guys think that she was taking a picture of a selfie and getting a picture of Jack and the thing, which he says no, he could see the screen, which he'll go on to say he could see the screen. She was taking a picture of Maddie, Kaylee, when everybody's like, oh, she was trying to get him in the picture. And the reason why I didn't think, as much as I do think that he was creeping on them and Jack is suspicious and that we need to look at this guy. I just feel like if she wanted to she didn't have to sneak to take a picture of him. She could have just probably took one and be like, hey, take a pic. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she would have had to be sneaky if she really wanted a picture. So that's why I wasn't like, huh. I was like, I think she's taking a picture of X or a video of Maddie, because if she wanted one, she could just take one of them. What's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have to be sneaky. He's standing right there. She could actually go this way, like act like she's taking a selfie. I just didn't think, but he even confirms that he says he could see the screen and that she was not taking a picture of Jack. She was taking a picture of, or a video of Maddie. But yeah, that's who
There,
this is.
I tried my best to remember everything and recount it from that night.
Snapchat. Yeah, he says Snapchat.
In the investigation.
He thinks it was Snapchat.
Some people said, oh, Joe might have been the suspect. Dude, I have cameras in my house. I literally have the time I walked in my house. The girls were still alive at that point. And I have a can of soda that I had in my video, have it in my hands, walking into my house. So, yeah, it wasn't me, I promise. And other people were saying that I was excited about like a claim to fame or something like that. What is wrong with you? That's such a disgusting thing to think. Like, who would be excited about this? I've literally ignored everybody. Like, everybody. The only reason I even answered the Daily Mail guy at first is because he showed up to my friend's house. Like, physically showed up to my friend's house trying to find me or trying to get information about me. Crazy. Sorry, I put my hood on. It's really cold. Like, there's snow outside. But at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like people need to stop trying to reach out to me to get statements. There's so many other people that know more about what's going on than I do. I just happen to be getting macaroni and cheese at the same time as them. And other than like those couple minutes there, I can't really speak to anything else. And people need to stop dragging whoever through the mud, especially if you don't live here and you don't know anybody, you don't know what's going on really. Like, this isn't funny and it's not entertaining. And I believe that the Moscow Police Department is doing a really good job in trying to kind of just do damage control. But like, let's be honest, the FBI is like on it. I would be surprised if they have a really good idea of who it is. They're just waiting for evidence, evidence to just make it concrete, because one of the worst things that can happen, you guys, is if they catch the murderer and they arrest them, bring them in, and then they have weak or refutable evidence and that person walks. Think about that. So ease up. Don't be jerks to the police. They're literally like, they don't want to give information out because this is like a really tight investigation, but they know things. I don't understand why they didn't. I will say my one critique, I don't know why they didn't put out right away that a car picked up the girls and was waiting for them in front of the grub bus. It took them way too long to do that. And there was a lot of rumors going around saying that the girls ran away from that guy. They ran across the street. And that's really when I started to like, man, I should say something, online. But, I work in media and marketing, and I'm a musician, and I have a lot of things that I just want to like give the world. And I'm sad that this is kind of how my name got out there. That makes me really sad. I'll probably delete these videos as soon as they announce the murder and it's all over. But until then, please just stop. Today I talked to somebody from Dr. Phil. They were wanting me to go on Dr. Phil and talk about this. And I'm like, why? I don't think people realize how little I actually know. But like I've said, I've been pretty much ignoring everybody. I'm not going to talk to any more media. There's actually, let me backtrack that. There's a lady coming to Moscow tomorrow who I'll probably have coffee with, but other than her, that's it. Stop spreading rumors. And yeah, I just wanted to help. A part of me too felt guilty because I was laughing. I kind of laughed at the girls, watching them be drunk, because
I feel like everybody, if you've been following this case, how many, no, I'm not saying this is the hoodie guy. This is the guy that was talking to the hoodie guy. I feel like there's a lot of people confused, and I'm a little bit, I don't, maybe I should have went through of who everybody is. I don't know why I was under the impression that kind of everybody knew who people were, but mods, can you help out with that so people aren't getting the wrong impression on who this is? Maybe. I don't know. I guess I could put a banner up, but I feel like still people might be a little bit confused. That's why I just showed a part of that video to show who he was. He's the guy, he's like kind of a bigger dude. He's got the tan hat, tan, like he's like all in tannish color. He's talking to hoodie guy. They're like laughing at the girls a little bit. Well, now that we know they are laughing at the girls and they're getting entertainment out of it after we hear this, that's, I didn't realize if for sure that's what they were talking about, but it seems like from what he's saying, they were entertained by him because they were so drunk, I guess. And he's the one that like points when the guys ride when they leave or whatever. Huh.
I mean, let's be honest, anybody that lives here, the whole reason that the Grub Bus has a Twitch stream is because the people, I call them zombies, but just kind of like because they're just people come from all walks throughout the night. A lot of drunk people come there after they've finished their night drinking to load up on carbs, eat food. Police come there that are working late. They come get their food. They just park right behind the bus. People like me come there who just want pasta in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's all walks of life, all people, but it makes for an interesting crowd pretty late. And so they always live stream it. That's the reason they live stream it. So that camera footage that you guys are seeing, that looks like surveillance, it's not surveillance. It's a live stream for Twitch for the Grub Bus. One thing I did say that I'm glad that was reported truthfully is that, I have a little girl, and I mean, she's a baby. She's like not even 2 yet. And she's my world. And, there's a dad out there that these girls, that they're his world, and they're gone. So, and I just felt kind of guilty because instead of helping them when they were drunk, they were entertainment. While I was waiting for food, they were just the entertainment. They were just the drunk people that everybody laughs at, and it's sad. And some people think that's disrespectful. I mean, it was what was happening. They were drunk. They were out there drunk like that. And one of my toxic traits is that I take on the weight of everything that's going on around me, both personally or just even with friends and stuff. And so any of my friends that know me, they reached out to me pretty much right away because they knew that this was going to be eating me up. And it has. And I haven't been following what people have been saying until just recently. Somebody sent me a TikTok video that had the most ridiculous things on it, and I tried to set those straight, and apparently it fueled more Reddit BS and more rumors. I don't understand how people are making this into an entertainment thing. Like, I live here. My friends are scared to walk to their cars. I'm a big guy. I'm strong. I don't feel super safe going outside alone at night either. I just hope people realize that there's real people that are affected by this stuff, and
Oh, so you people, hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm getting like some requests for some videos. Okay, so let me do the first TikTok I got sent earlier. That's pretty interesting. About Jack. But no, he isn't. This isn't the guy with the long hair guy. He's like the bigger guy. Oh lordy. Yes, it's Jovi. He's talking about hoodie guy. He's the one that was talking to hoodie guy, guys. Um, but here's another one that he did, but I can't find it on his TikTok. The Conspiracy uploaded it, so I'm gonna play it on her, from her channel. If mods, do you want to put her link up in the channel? Let me just play a little bit of that, and then I'll play the TikToks that the one TikTok I was sent earlier today, and then somebody just sent me one right now, and then that one that Not a Dumb Blonde that you right, it's Not a Dumb Blonde that's been requested to play, right? We'll play that one too. So one thing at a time, guys. Let me play this other one just really quick because he talks more about. I feel like I should have played this one first, maybe. Hold on. You know what? I'm just gonna have to play it right from this. Oh no, I do have it. Okay, it's Conspiracy is the person that uploaded this. All right. Oh, good.
Like they were trying to ditch him. So that's sus. And it also seemed like he was pissed that they ditched him, which is also sus. And he was standing in line with me, who was waiting for food, but he, after watching the video, homeboy never ordered food. He never even went up to the counter. Also sus. So I could understand why people think it's him, but we don't know anything. Yeah, I remember she said that because she turned around because I think he said like, oh my God, because she was like really drunk and was doing, like it was kind of funny. She was like trying to grab food and stuff. And I think she turned around and said, hey, like, fuck you. Like she was like saying it to him like.
I get it now. I thought you guys were thinking that I was saying this was Hoodie Guy. That's why I was getting so confused. I'm like, wait a minute, like what? So you guys are just saying that he looks different. This is Joe though, that he looks different than the guy in the video. But this is the guy in the tan. I think maybe because he's got the camera so close, it makes your face look like longer. I don't know, but it's Joe V.
Don't laugh at me kind of thing. I've been craving that ever since I heard about it and Googled the menu, but I'm in Australia. Well, oh, Jade, there was a guy on here from Australia and I was showing him my Bloodstones. I was like, God bless you guys for making Bloodstones. I love those shoes. Those are like, I wear them like all the time. And Bloodstones. Did they even speak to him? Yeah, they talked several times. Yes, and you see Maddie taking a picture above her head of him. She wasn't. She wasn't. So I don't know why people keep saying that. That wasn't what was happening. She was so Maddie was reaching into, people were saying she never climbed in the grub bus. That's actually, maybe climbing's not the right word, but she was like reaching around inside the grub bus trying to grab food. And her friend Kaylee, who was the shorter one, was the one I think you're talking about. She had the camera held up high because she was trying to videotape Maddie reaching around inside the grub bus, which was part of the reason why the grub bus guy just gave them food. Like, hey, don't be reaching in here, you know? And meanwhile, there was a driver that had pulled up for them, that was waiting for them. And he came out and was like, hey, what's going on? Let's go. So I don't know what, that's another rumor that's just spreading around. People are like, she was taking pictures of him. She wasn't taking pictures. She was I think it was Snapchat. If I remember correctly, she was like snapping somebody, or she was snapping Maddie being silly because Maddie was very drunk. Well, thanks for the clarification because people are really running that with that comment. Yeah, I know. What kind of food do they sell? It looks so popular. Definitely would try it when we wish for ghosts. Okay, Cloudy, when you come up here, hit me up. I'll take you guys. And I promise, It'll promise it'll be good. It'll be a good time. Have you been questioned? I bet everyone in town has been. I don't know if questioned is even the right word. I went in on my own because they didn't return my call. And so I just physically went when I knew that I had seen those girls there at the grub bus and they didn't call me back. I was like, yo, I'm not going to work today. I'm going to go to the police station and I will be here as long as they want me to be here to answer any questions they have and give them as much information as I can remember from that night. And that's what I did. They spent most of my time there. They spent it trying to build, I think, they asked me questions about Homeboy in the Hood. And they didn't have that many questions, which I thought was weird. I was like, no, please ask me more questions. Because at the time I was like, it had to be this guy. But then I didn't realize how much, details were going around and stuff and how you've been cleared and all that. But they were mostly interested in establishing a timeline for the girls because they had no timeline yet. And that was that Wednesday for their first press conference. That was that morning. So during the press conference, they had announced the timeline. So I was like, wait, you guys had no timeline until this morning? The information I gave you guys? And that was like, ooh, I'm a little disappointed in that, but I'm sure they had some kind of timeline, but I think my information helped a lot. I hope it did. So.
It's almost over, guys. Just hit connect. I'm going to play the videos you guys sent. It's got like, what?
Dude, I'm so down. Okay, sweet. And if you're Mexican, there's no good Mexican food here, so I barbecue like all the time. So tell him I got his back. Cause we be doing asada over here, like real asada, cause you're not gonna get it anywhere else in town. It was her sister saying it, watching her behavior. Her sister doesn't know. Her sister doesn't know what she's talking about. I literally could see her screen, like she was recording Maddie. So, do you think the killer is local and still in town? I don't know. Are you effing serious? I don't know what you're saying that about, but yes. Appreciate you going live to clear things up for us.
Okay, hold on. I'm downloading the screenshots that you just sent me, Purple. So I'm up to date on all my emails, so we're gonna get through them. I want to play Bobby's yours because you sent me that one earlier before the live started, and that one was like, whoa. And I tried to go to the client's page, and now they have it all private. They have like their social media all private. I don't think that's him though, Purple. I actually was sent that picture, that one where he's. The one, I mean, the other ones. Okay, I see all my friends. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just going through some of these to see if I want to share. Well, hold on a second. I don't know, Purple people eater. Okay, let me play this TikTok real quick. I just don't know if that's relevant to the case, though. Because the only thing I'm looking to get out of him is like his experience with Jack. That's the only reason that I brought it up, because he was there and just kind of what was going on that day. But as far as like his personal like history, I don't really care about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's really relevant. It's interesting though, but I don't know if I'm gonna share that stuff because, like I said, I was just more in I just wanted to hear what his experience with Jack was, to be honest, because I think Jack is someone to look at. So, but thank you. I mean, maybe we'll see if I feel like it maybe is something we should look into. But right now, I don't know about that. But I mean, continue to send me things because I mean, you never know. All right, let me share this Bobby that you sent it. So this is from Crime Among Us. All right, let me play this one first. This is TikTok. Crime Among Us. All right, hold on.
If it's you know who, we could be in trouble, and here's why. Mom and Dad are doctors, and it appears two of the sons are as well. They also have JS and an adopted brother from Kenya. It appears they do plenty of missionary trips to Africa with the two sons. It has also been said that the Showalters donate significant amounts to the university.
Really quick, if anybody has like proof of that, because I've been hearing that go around that they donate to the university, if anybody could find like actual confirmation that they really do, like send it to me. It's just like it's going around like gossip, but I don't know if there's any truth to it. I mean, probably most likely I could see that. They're both doctors, they're both I don't know, I could see it, but I don't know, that'd be interesting to get some kind of proof.
Now here's where it gets interesting. They seem to be very connected to a family called the Kleins. The mother is a VP of Idaho Waste Association, and the father is a highly respected, solidified attorney of Idaho for many years. His office is just a 20-minute walk away from JS's family house. They also seem to have connections with the mayor. Speaking of the family house, here is an idea of their isolated location. They have been elected council seats in Boise and seem to be very prominent members of the community with many legal connections. In no way am I insinuating them covering for JS, but if you know who is guilty, they do have many connections. What do we think? If it's you know who, we could be in trouble, and here's why.
So I don't know. I try to like go on to like the Klein's social media just to kind of like be nosy, but they have everything private now. So I don't know if they've been getting like attacked or, bombarded with stuff and they made it all private. But obviously at one point, at least somebody was able to get it. So I'm guessing it was public or somebody was friends with him or something. Oh, hey, Kelly Thunder. What up? What up? How are you? Okay, so let me bring up the other TikTok that I don't remember. Somebody else sent me this one. I haven't watched this one yet, actually. I haven't got because whoever sent me this when I was actually live just like a few minutes ago. So I hope it's good. I don't know what it's gonna say, but I'm gonna trust you. So this is who.
Jack Showalter used to be in the same fraternity as Ethan.
Oh, this is
However, he had an explosive
Donna.
rage problem, which almost got him kicked out. But the final straw was when he got caught putting dead carcasses of animals on another fraternity's lawn. So they kicked him out, and his family rented him an apartment in the building just across the street from the house of where the girls were murdered. His family is very politically connected, and his uncle may even be the state attorney general. You'll have to look into it yourself. I'm not sure. I'll show some.
But right there, I don't think I mean, we just saw that he wasn't in the same fraternity as Ethan. So it makes me wonder if all the other stuff is true too. Because it's one thing to be like, I heard this is hearsay, but to say it as a fact and then one of it be wrong, it makes me question the rest, actually. Huh. Anyway, yeah. It's interesting if that's true about the dead carcasses. And it makes sense because if he was in the fraternity, he'd probably be, because let's see, 2019, so that would have been, he would have been, so now what year does that make him? Let's say he joined. Well, we don't know if he joined. I have to see how old he is. What year is he? Do you guys know? Because he would at least be he would at least be like a upper, like junior or senior, so he'd probably be living in the house, right? But the fact that he's living in an apartment, because we're just trying to confirm if he really did get kicked out of the fraternity, right? So if he's not living in the fraternity house, that's is a sign maybe, right? That he's not in it anymore. Um, since this is all kind of like allegedly, right? You know what? I'm gonna look up that couldn't we just look up the fraternity and the members? Or do they have their stuff all private now, like Sigma Chi does? I'm gonna look that up and see if they'll give me like a list of members.
Screenshots at the end. He's hoodie guy. Jack Showalter is hoodie guy. And the big rumor going around is that his parents whisked him off to South Africa so they can't get his DNA. His alibi was that he took off at 2 or 3 in the morning and went up to his family cabin. If you remember from my reading, the person who did the murders went up to his family's hunting cabin because he knew that if there was blood on him, nobody would think twice. So he also buried the knife there, as well as another trophy that he gained at the scene. So these are some of his relatives. They are very prominent. In fact, they may even have higher power than Mayberry RFD, who needs to turn over this case to the FBI immediately.
Thanks, small town girl. Okay. I think are you the one that sent me that little clip? I'm gonna play that next. But if it's I've seen that part. If you talking about where she says "f you" to him or whatever,
Jack Showalter
that
used
could
to be in the same fraternity as
that's what
Ethan.
you're talking about. That could be like I feel like that doesn't necessarily. I mean, it could be like she's drunk and just like joking around. Even though I do think that they were trying to get away from him. Like they didn't talk to him. I mean, she talked. I guess one time it looked like well, when she yells that, but and then where it looks like she is kind of talking to Maddie. I'm talking about, not Kaylee. But thank you. Yeah, I'll play that. Hold on one second. Okay, Lisa. Well, yeah, that's what I was. Okay, so that's a big debate. People in groups I've seen are debating about that. They're saying like some people are saying, well, no, he wouldn't have been. Maybe he wouldn't have been taken off of it. And some people are saying, yeah, he definitely would be. I don't know how that operates. I mean, I don't know what is normal. Would he have been? I don't know. Um. Oh yes, we still have to play that. Okay, Don. So Dom, you could we got it now. But thank you. we already are on that. But thank you so much. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. I just have a lot of people sending me things to play, and I still have things I wanted to play myself. All right, hold on. Let me hold on a second. Let me do something real quick. One second. So it's Evil Existo. What's the other one? Oh, Crime Circus. But which one? Hold on. All right, just give me a few, okay? We got it. You don't have to say it anymore, though. I have a note of it and we're ready. But I might not play it right this second, but I'm already aware. Okay. Let me take that down. So I'm gonna exit out of that. All right, let me see. Oh, that wasn't okay. All right, Julie, okay, I thought you were someone else that sent me a clip. All right, so I'll play that. Let me play this. Somebody else clipped something too earlier. Hold on a second. Lordy, you guys, I appreciate it though, but Don't get mad if it takes me a minute to get through all this, because like I said, I have stuff I wanted to play. Okay, so somebody sent me this. I don't know what it is. They said something about in the message. They emailed me. One of you guys emailed me and said that they say you could hear her say something about a knife. Let's see. I don't know.
I mean, that was a solid rush. It's a good thing that it ended, but this is Friday and Saturday in a row.
That's you too.
Round one, so I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, guys.
Guess he's gonna fucking need extra slaw in a second. This bad boy.
Tebow's thinking to himself, if I start slowing down on Meg, maybe I'll get to sit down. He's gonna try to sabotage me.
I actually am.
Okay, because so I heard the FU too, but I thought you said she said something about a knife. So, okay, so remember on this one, they are at the window. So that's why we could hear them talking. So they would be like over here at the window, remember? And then they're like the Joe and hoodie guy are right here watching them, and they're over here. And now we know Joe said they were trying to like take everybody's food or something. And he made it seem like then they just gave them like an order, but we heard that they ordered something. So that I don't get what Joe's saying, because they did order something. So is he saying that they got like extra food? I thought they just got like their food that they ordered. He made it seem like they just gave him food like they didn't order it or something. I don't know. I didn't get that part. Because why? I mean, it's not like they were busy, so I can't see them like giving them somebody else's order or anything. Okay, so let's try to listen to this again.
That was a solid rush. It's a good thing that it ended, but this is Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one, so I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, guys.
Guess he's gonna fucking need extra slaw in a second. This bad boy.
I heard her say "fu" too or something.
Ended, but this is Friday.
"Fu" too. Probably she's saying "you too," like Jack and Joe, maybe. Right?
So Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one. This is Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one. So this is Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one. But this is Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one.
I don't hear anything about a knife. I thought the email said a knife, but I'm sorry, I don't hear that. Let me make sure I read the email right. Did you guys hear anything about a knife? Let me make sure that I have the right email. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Food truck replayed. Yeah, saying you could hear a girl's voice say the knife. I don't hear it. Help me out, guys. Well, maybe I'll put it in my editor later, but I don't hear it. Just listening like that. Did anybody hear it? She's saying that you could hear him say the knife. But why would they be even talking about a knife, though? Doesn't seem like that. I mean, I don't see why that would be going on right there. Okay, so, oh, thanks, Kaz. Thanks, Kaz. I know. Yeah, let me just do the Evil Exist real quick, and then I'm gonna wait to do that other one, okay? Because I don't know who that other one is. I do like Evil Exist because they do come in and they support me and they have good stuff. But let me find it real quick, and then we'll get on with the other stuff. Oh, wait, you think I should play the Crime Circus one? Okay, hold on. Crime Circus. All right, let me play it real quick. I'm afraid this is going to confuse people because this Crime Circus video is about Jack, the boyfriend. I'm just afraid it's going to confuse people, and then people are going to think that I'm talking about him the rest of the time when this video is more about Jack Showalter that I wanted to kind of focus on, but if there's something relevant in this, then yeah, I want to watch it. So let's see. Crime Circus. Okay. It's just Crime Circus. Call it. Okay, yeah, there it is. Wait, is that the right? Yeah, I guess it is the right thing. Okay. All right. Oh, it's 15 minutes though. Shoot. Hey Tasha, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Okay. I don't know. Does anybody know much about Crime Circus? I mean, they don't strike people, or do they? Like, I don't know. I'm a little leery just playing people's stuff if I don't know anything about them. So, what do you want me to play, Liz? Let me just hold off and let me see what people say. Okay. Maybe they'll be okay. All right. Yeah, I'll share the link. Okay. Autumn, share the link and hopefully they'll be cool. All right, let's try it out, guys. I hope it's worth it. Now, this is about the other Jack, supposedly, right? All right, let's see what it's all about, guys. Like I said, I haven't watched it yet, but people talk about. No, I'm not saying this video isn't good. I just don't know if I agree. I want more. The whole dog thing about Jack living right there. We should be able to confirm that, right? I'm trying to think what I've read about where he lives. I've heard he lived close, but I didn't hear it was that close, but maybe. I think if I had to pick, like, Jack S is my number one that I think, but if I had to pick a two, it probably would be Jack D for motive wise. But what was his, okay, his alibi that he was sleeping, right? And his roommate said he didn't come downstairs. So, and people give people out, a lot of people lie though too, or they'll say like, help people out, like, hey, we just say I was home, or I don't know. I don't know how many people really do that, but you hear that it does happen. Okay, you emailed it to me? All right, let me get that. All right. I don't have that. You said you emailed it to me? Well, let me just try to see what else I was gonna play, because now I'm forgetting what I was gonna play. And I don't think I got your email. Not what's your email? name? Or will you put your email, this is not so dumb blonde, in the title? Because I don't know which one you is, which one you is, which one you are. Because there's one that says blood music video. Is that you? Oh no, that's, hold on a second. Oh, this is that Joe guy, huh? I don't know, let me go through some of this stuff you're sending me with about the Joe guy, and before I play any more that I haven't read yet. Okay, so let me play this next one that somebody sent me. It's Inside Edition. Real quick, see what this is about. I'm just trying to check all these things off my list that people are sending. Hold on. And then maybe we could hold up on anything else until I get through the other stuff. Please. I'm getting kind of like overwhelmed with stuff here.
Idaho murder victims and another student at a food truck. The time, 1:30 a.m., just hours before the murders. Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan stopped for mac and cheese after partying at a nearby bar.
Everybody seemed like in good spirits, nothing seemed off. And then they start interacting with a couple other people. They're waiting for their food.
Now look at this. Video shows Madison pointing at a man in a hoodie who appeared to have followed them to the truck. We had the video and audio from the clip enhanced, and you can hear her using an expletive. Blank you, mister, she says. Police have already announced they have cleared the young man in the hoodie. Audio engineer Anthony Nelson enhanced the audio for Inside Edition.
What do you hear in that instant?
She says, you.
So, was there an argument? If so, what was it about? Kaylee's parents say, in their opinion, some of the individuals have been cleared too prematurely. Nancy Grace, host of Crime Stories, says the victims' families are being mishandled.
Number one thing you do in a murder case is you locate the victim's family and loved ones, and you hold their hands from soup to nuts till you get that guilty verdict all the way. Now, do I mean hand over your file and all the intricacies of the case? H-E-double-L, no. But there's a happy medium. These families should not feel this way.
Meanwhile, the focus is shifting to where the other two victims, Xana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin, were between 9 p.m. when they were at a gathering at a Sigma Chi fraternity and 1:45 a.m. when they returned home, just a short distance from the frat house. Police fear students who have the information are reluctant to come forward. News Nation's Brian Enton is in Idaho.
Police told me they want to send a message out to the kids here on campus. They're not concerned about what was happening at any of these parties, whether the kids were drinking or the college students were smoking pot or whatever. They're not going to get in trouble, police say. They just want the information about where Xana and Ethan were.
Okay, so got that. Okay, so I got all the requests played besides the Evil Exist one. Just give me a minute on that one, guys, and let me. And not so dumb blonde. I haven't got one email from you, just by the way. So I don't think, are you emailing the wrong person? Just so you know. Okay, so let me play a couple of these other videos that I had here. Hold on one second. Let me remove that. Remove that. Just a couple random ones. Because we don't hear too much about like Xana. I feel like a lot of the focus has been on like Maddie and Kaylee. Not necessarily, I don't want to say focus, but because of Kaylee's parents being so involved, which I like. Like I said, we've gotten so much information that we otherwise wouldn't have gotten because of them. But that's why I wanted to play this video. Okay, so I just want to play one more, and then I want to continue with some of these screenshots. But let me just play one more video real quick. This was from earlier I think this was today sometime this one came out.
Twist in the slaying of those 4 University of Idaho students. We're learning now that just after 3 in the morning, police got a call about a disturbance outside a frat house, just a short walk from the crime scene. The murders happened not long after that call. But is there a connection? Jim Array reports.
A mysterious 911 call sent cops rushing to the street the night the 4 University of Idaho students were murdered. Police logs from that fateful night show a disturbance in this field outside the Sigma Chi fraternity. The Moscow, Idaho Police daily activity log reveals officers responded to an alcohol offense at 3:01 a.m. That's right around the time police say the murders were committed. How close is that frat house to the murder scene? Let me show you. Here's the frat house. You walk across the street and right through these apartment buildings. You then continue up this narrow path, and then you walk up these wooden stairs. And there you are, right at the house. We spoke with Brian Enton, senior national correspondent for the cable news channel News Nation, which is airing a 1-hour special on the case Sunday.
There's a lot of fraternity and sorority houses, and an alcohol call wouldn't be out of the norm. But it's still just weird to think about the fact that the police were so close to this house around the time the murders were happening.
In a Save It Today to Inside edition, police said the incident is unrelated to the murders. The frat house is also under the microscope because 2 of the victims, Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle, partied there that night. Investigators are also revealing there was a 6th roommate who lived in the house who wasn't home that night. There was Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Madison, the 2 surviving roommates who slept through the attack, and now the 6th young lady whose name we are withholding. Detectives are aware of a 6th person listed on the lease at the residence, but do not believe that individual was present during the incident, a police statement says. There were scenes of raw emotion at a memorial service for all 4 victims at a church in Idaho. Among the mourners, Madison Mogan's boyfriend, Jake.
I know she's in heaven, and I can't wait to see her again. And
also classmates and sorority sisters.
My heart aches knowing I can't see her again in this lifetime. We'll find justice for you, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee. We love you all so much.
And Xana Kernodle's heartbroken dad.
She taught me a lot of stuff. She taught me how to be a dad. And I didn't know that until she was gone, you know?
The police chief has vowed to not let this case go cold, saying they will work continuously to find as many answers as they can.
I'm on mute. None of us are blaming the victims. I totally agree with you. I don't think I've seen anybody blame any of the victims in this chat, but I don't know. I missed some chat, so I can't control it all. Okay, so where are we at, y'all? Sending it. Okay, let's see y'all. Hey, Tasha. All right, let me see what. So somebody said that Jack D was liking Jack S's posts or something. What was it now? Was that a message I got? Hold on, let me see. Was that a text or a message? Where can I find that? Because look, can somebody help me here? So this was in the group, but then when I went through like manually and tried to find like the followed by Maddie. So I tried to like go through the people that she was following. Why didn't I see that then? Oh wait, I'm not even sharing it. Hold on. So like I said, this was in the groups, right? And so I went to her Instagram and tried to find, well, I went through her list of people that she was following. I did not see Jack. Am I missing something here? But then somebody screenshot this. But if you go to it, I looked through it like every person, unless somehow I was just tired and missed it, but I could not find it. So yeah. What else? So we have, what's this one say? Oh yeah, he was kicked out of the fraternity for being creepy and having anger issues. The night of the murders, he was kicked out of the corner pub for being creepy. He lives in the Queen Street apartments nearby the crime scene. Hunter has multiple knives. Let's look up, see if the Queen Street apartments must be those apartments that we showed that were like those long apartments. Yeah, this is, so it says, I saw someone comment earlier stating Jack did not go to Africa because he was in the fraternity's Thanksgiving photo. I did some research and found the photo was taken on November 24th. Looks like him to me, but still doesn't rule out that he didn't go to Africa after Thanksgiving. I guess that's true. Nobody said when he went to Africa, right? So he goes, the thing we're trying to figure out is because he drives 5 hours to the cabin that night. Like, that's the biggest thing for his alibi. Was he really there or not? So it's November 24th. Sorry, remember I was trying to figure out the date. Update. Well, yeah, I should have known that. Many of you pointed out that this photo couldn't have been taken around Thanksgiving due to the green grass and leaves. It was posted by the frat on November 24th, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Most students were not on campus then, so I think the frat used this older photo that was probably taken over the summer, early fall. So, but like I said, nobody had a date of when he actually went to Africa, if he indeed go. Hold on. Okay, here is something you guys got to help me out on. So remember this picture right here that's looks like Jack, right? You know what? Maybe not. Now that I'm looking at it, okay. So if you put these two side to side, doesn't it look like he has brown eyes? This person has brown eyes, and this Jack has blue eyes. Obviously, all his pictures he definitely has blue eyes. But can the lighting make him seem like? I mean, what do you guys think? Can this be blue eye? I mean, to me, I see brown. But could it be the lighting? Maybe. But I guess it's just one picture because we know all the other pictures is Jack because he's with his family. You know what I'm saying? He's with his family. So even if this wouldn't be him, all the other ones are. But yeah, it could just be the lighting. There was people talking about it in one of the groups. So I was just like, huh, I guess. Yeah. God, it does look brown because he has such light blue eyes. But he's out in the sun right here. So, yeah, I don't know. Just curious what you guys think. Definitely could be lighting. Okay, Hazel. No, he's got blue, though. If you see pictures of, well, I think I would call those blue. You would call those hazel? Really? Huh. I would say, yeah, because look at him here even because of the lighting. I mean, you could tell they're blue, but it looks a little bit different. How many people, let's do a poll. I want to know how many people think, because there's still some people that don't think that the white hoodie guy is Jack. There's a lot of people, there's a creator that's really pushing that they think that the hoodie guy is Jack Decor or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. I don't think it's him. I don't think it looks like him at all. But there's somebody that's well, there's probably that person's followers too. Probably thinks that. So I'm gonna do a poll because I definitely don't think that it's Jack D. Like that. I don't think that the hoodie guy is Jack D. Especially because the way the girls are with him. If that was Jack D, I mean, they would totally ignored him and just left. I don't think that would have happened. But do you think that it's Jack S? So let me do a poll. I'm going to ask if you think it's Jack S, Jack D, or somebody else. Hold on. Let me put it up. Okay, just curious. So vote if you have an opinion on that. All right, so let's read actually wait, while we're voting, let's do some side by sides. Hold on a second. Real quick. I'll just do them real quick. See, that might be trying to find the one picture. Okay. I don't know, maybe I put too many here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to zoom in. Hold on, let me just do 2. That didn't work out the way I wanted to. Hold on. Here, let me just play a video while I'm doing these side by sides. I'm gonna put, I think I'll play, let me look up. News Nation, I think, had a new video out today. Hold on. And then I'll do like side by side of the food truck guy with Jack and see. I think they had a new one out that I wanted to play anyway. Okay. So, yeah, they have one from I thought they had one a little bit. Did you guys watch the one with Kaylee's parents, right? That Sunday, I think it was Sunday night. Let's see what this one's all about. I'm going to play this while I do that. Here we go.
Washington State University's police chief, Mr. Gary Jenkins. He is the former police chief in Pullman, Washington. Now, both Pullman and WSU's campus, less than 15 minutes from Moscow. Chief, we thank you so much for giving us some of your time. We're hearing from Kaylee's family. They've been very outspoken recently. They are obviously frustrated, very upset by this, understandably. But is the information that they are sharing potentially complicating this investigation?
The more details that leak out, the more that can negatively impact an investigation and potentially a prosecution. The more that a suspect knows what the police know, and they're more likely to destroy potential evidence that they might possess, might make suspect interviews more difficult for the police, and it can also impact witness statements.
Well, you are a police chief here. Do you think investigators will ask them to stop talking to reporters?
I suspect that they've already done that. I feel for the families. I can't imagine what they're going through, and I know it must be very frustrating, but Moscow PD wants to solve this case. They don't want to compromise the investigation. They don't want to compromise the prosecution. So it really is helpful not to release any kind of details of the case.
Yeah, and we know ultimately the goal here is to bring those families justice, to find the killer here. Chief, how hard is it for police to establish a timeline? Because we know some students left for break and then just have not come back.
It does complicate investigation. When I was at Pullman PD, we had a significant case involving college students that occurred right around the same time of the year, just prior to Thanksgiving and the Christmas break. And it really slowed our investigation and lengthened the time it took us to complete a thorough investigation. So it does impact the investigation.
Chief, we know the sense of unease certainly stretches further than Moscow. We mentioned that you were in Washington State. You were about 15 minutes outside of Moscow there. Are you seeing fewer students on your campus?
I do know of some individual requests for remote learning between students and their professors. But I think by and large, most of our students are back on campus.
All right, and the last question for you, Chief. Do you have any concerns about how this investigation is proceeding at this point?
I have the utmost respect for the abilities of Moscow PD. We're very close here. Our communities are very close. They've called in the appropriate resources, Idaho State Police and the FBI, for assistance. So I'm confident they're conducting a competent and thorough investigation.
Well, we certainly hope so. That is, as I said, the ultimate goal. Chief Jenkins, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Nicole.
At News.
Okay, 1 second. I got a couple here. Let's see. No. Could have probably zoomed in more. I think I have a couple better pictures, but of him at the food truck. Okay, so here, let me actually get a couple more. Hold on. Let me play one more while I'm getting a couple better ones. Let's try this one. This one might be a good one. Let's see.
And Ashley Banfield joins me now. Ashley, you have been on this story since the very beginning. You've been doing it every single night on your show. We know with the Gabby Petito case, the online sleuths really had an impact, helped solve what happened. Do you think that could happen in this case?
So the reality is, Brian, that every police officer will tell you when trying to solve a case, there is no detail that is too small. And they ask the public to bring forth any details because sometimes that minute detail can be the linchpin that opens up an entire other set of facts. Well, I don't know how many total officers have eyes on this, but it's upwards of maybe somewhere below 100. And with the online community, they may be able to triangulate some details between photos that may go missed by the detectives on the case. So in one circumstance, it is highly effective to have that many more eyes that could point out something that's critical to the case. But as we just heard, it can also be detrimental, Brian, to Jeremy Reagan and people like him who all of a sudden become targets for attacks. And those attacks can be relentless. I will also say this, Brian, it is not as though an online community hasn't had incredible success before. You mentioned Gabby Petito. There was also a serial killer in Canada that the online community found before the police found him, and the police ignored them. So there are some lessons to be learned from that, and there are some things the community can actually help with in terms of investigation.
And you mentioned Jeremy. I saw him on your show the other night. He actually lives right down the way here. I can see his apartment from where I'm standing. You can't help but feel bad for that guy. I heard him on your show say that he actually went to the police station to give up his own DNA just because he wanted to clear his name. All right, Ashley, don't go anywhere because we are going to talk to you about this breaking news that we talked about at the top of the show, the new revelations that we have confirmed about the conditions of the bodies, what that might mean in terms of who was targeted. We're going to get to that coming up right after this break. We are live from Moscow, Idaho tonight.
House without a trace.
So what do you guys make out of the thing that came out about Kaylee's injuries being more severe than Maddie's? Do you think Kaylee was the target? Because I'm wondering if they were in Maddie's room, it was dark, they're sleeping in the same bed. Would the killer have known which one was which? You know what I'm saying? So let's say he was going for Kaylee. So let's say he goes to Kaylee's room first and she's gone. So he goes into Maddie's room. Would he? No, I mean, would he be able to tell? Like, they're sleeping, they're in bed, it's dark. Or did he go into Maddie's on purpose? Because that's the room he wanted to go in. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I feel like it probably would be hard to tell in that moment, maybe. What do you guys think? Let me see. Oh, do you have it? Yeah, and then it's dark out. Or you're talking about who looks like? Who are you referring to? I don't know, Otto. But I mean, in the room, I'm sure it was dark. Don't you think in the bedroom, though? I'm not saying like it would be like you might not be able to see anything, but like you're going into a bedroom they're sleeping in the same bed and it's Maddie's room, right? So I don't know if it's a guarantee that he was aware of which one was which. I mean, you never know. Oh, bye, Dom. Good night. Oh, really? Yeah, and it could be that Kaylee just fought back more too. That's true. And even if it was like different, like they were like stabbed in different areas, it could be because of the angle and in her fight, somebody fighting back, somebody moving a certain way. So I don't know. It'd be interesting I don't know if they're going to release the details ever, but just to see it, if it's something so different where it's like, no, that can't be because of that. Like that had to be intentional or not. I don't know. She could have been more alert. Wait, if it's true, Maddie's attack woke Kaylee. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and she could have been trying to get him off of Maddie, and then that's why you know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be a number of reasons why it could have been different rather than it being like she was targeted. I mean, she could have been, but I'm just saying, like, I like to keep my mind open to all possibilities of, yeah, she could have been, or it could have just been something else that made it that way. They were in Maddie's room and they said the lights were on. Who said the lights were on? Really? Huh. I didn't know that. I didn't know the lights were on. Where did you hear the lights were on? Have you guys all heard that? Yeah, Lisa, I agree. Wait, Lisa, are you the Lisa the same Lisa that I've talked to before? Wait. Huh. From wait a minute. From the other case? Now I can't even think of what case. Hold on. What case? I don't think though that you are. Maybe not. Photos. But what do you they filmed that house at night when they were already in there though? I mean when the investigators were already in there, law enforcement? No, Maddie had a light strip on her wall. It wasn't a light bulb. No, no lights on. Okay. The lights were on when the police. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They probably turned them on. I mean, but I don't know. The lights could have been on. I mean, who knows? Okay, Maroney, what am I missing? About the lights? But we see that we have different opinions here, different facts. Some people are hearing they were on, some people were not. I don't know everything. Don't ever claim that I do, but thank you. Zav. Lighting maybe from the TV. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but I mean, I still don't know if he would have known in the moment, or if it could just also be because of one of them fighting back or whatever, or trying to get the one off of the other. I mean, you never know. Yeah, exactly. Yep. There's not a ton of facts, but we're just kind of going over hearsay and stuff. So some people take like some of the hearsay and take it like it's facts, and then which is, I mean, whatever, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Rock Everything. I've always and still think it's a serial killer. Yeah, I think there's a chance it could be too. I do. But justice and true crime, yeah. If Are you sure that they didn't turn them on though? All right, let me see what else that I wanted to share that I haven't got to share with you guys yet. Yeah, wait, there is other stuff I want. Hold on, guys. See, I got so sidetracked with all your guys' requests. I didn't even go through one of my folders I wanted to share. And I didn't even finish going through the Jack one either. Hold on a sec. Don't leave, guys. I do have a little bit more stuff. All right, 1 second. Let me just make sure that the Jack, and then I have another folder that's just about the generally about like the case. I just want to make sure I go through all the screenshots. So this is from somebody, Ashley's TikTok. Yeah, the both doctors, prominent in the Boise, Idaho. Allegedly, he drove 5 hours to his parents' cabin the morning after the murders. Pictures of him hunting with a fixed blade knife, super graphic. Okay, yeah, we already got that. Let me just make sure I got all these before I move on. Yeah, somebody pointed out that now the sink is cleared here. I noticed the sink is cleared out in this photo, that I was focusing on the door I committed on that photo, but zoomed in for this post. So I don't. Sorry, I just want to go through these. Sometimes when I just go over it, skips them. Let me see if this one. Okay, so this is this one, the masked man. I'm still trying to figure out what his hair is doing to see if those eyes. Let me see something. I don't know who that guy is. This is that masked man that. It's too hard. I wish there was color on this. So supposedly, I don't think it was that night that he rang the doorbell, but there's a masked man that was caught on a ring doorbell. Not on. I don't even think it was that house, but I just think that's kind of super interesting to see if there's any connection. All right, let's read this now. This is somebody's theory. It is believed that Jack S. is hoodie guy from the food truck. Jack S. was recently involved in an SH case and was kicked out of his frat. See, I don't know. I thought it was like he had like anger problems. So that's two different things going around. So I wish we could confirm that. He was a great athlete, pretty popular until he wasn't. People beginning to realize he's creepy towards women, etc. He comes from money and being in a frat, runs in his family. When he got kicked out, his life went downhill and started losing friends. The night of the murder, it was said he is seen following the girls from the grub truck because he wanted to make sure they got home safe. However, the girls got picked up by a private party. Oh, thanks for joining, small town girl. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, yeah, I want to check out the ears. The ears, yes, the ears are a good way to identify somebody. So yeah, he said he has seen following the girls from the grub truck because he wanted to make sure they got home safe. However, the girls got picked up by a private party, most likely leaving him behind, or got rejected by the girls at some point, therefore triggering him into a rage. His life is going off the rails and he's in a very dark place right now. Remember, this is just somebody's theory, okay? This isn't facts. I like reading other people's theories because, I mean, I don't know. I just like hearing how other people think. He ends up walking home by himself or gets a ride. He lives next door to the girls. He gradually keeps getting angrier, and by the time he gets home, he sees their lights on, grabs a knife, and waits for them to go to bed before entering the house. There are videos, can't find them right now, of him and Kaylee playing with her dog, which could be why the dog was spared. In his angry-filled rage, he enters the house and kills the girls on the third floor and moves to Xana and Ethan, whether that be because one woke up or he knew that they were there and couldn't stop himself from going after them. I don't know. I believe he locked the doors after the killing to delay finding them. In the morning, the girls hear someone's alarm going off upstairs. They can't get into the room to wake up the people. Assuming it's where are we at? Hold on, did those get out of order again? Yes, it did. Oh, because it keeps skipping. Okay, there we go. Where we at? Assuming it's Xana's room and they didn't know Ethan was there, which is why they only mentioned one unconscious person. Then they proceeded to go to check on the girls upstairs, but something spooked them into not going up there, or their rooms were also locked and the blood was contained to each rooms only. They call friends to come over to help and try to wake up the person on the other side of the door. They can't do it, so that's when they decide to call 911. Roommate is too scared, freaked out to call, but has her phone in her hand, which was used to try and call the victim numerous times to get her to wake up. So with her having her phone out and was just using it, was the one to dial 911. But had a friends talk. Now back to Jack's theory. Jack S. Jack is a kid. His life is spiraling. It's believed that the dead skinned animal lines up to the same time that something significant happened in Jack's life. For example, he's kicked from the frat. A skinned dog turns up. He's arrested for harassment. A dead skinned rabbit turns up. There's also a hunting picture of him with a knife the cops are looking for as well. I know it's not uncommon to have that type of knife when you're a hunter, though. Now, this is just all hearsay between people that live in the town. And I don't know how accurate or inaccurate it is, but it makes the most sense to me. Oh, we already read that one. And this is supposedly where he lives. This must be the Queen's apartments, right? And then that's how close, if that is indeed where Jack lives, it's definitely walking distance. Yeah. It's private practice in Boise, Idaho, full house, pediatric. And her husband is an orthopedic physician and she's a pediatric. All right, so all right, so I got those. Now let me go to the other one, my other file real quick that I wanted to share. Okay. Oh, wait, yeah, I have a couple links. What were they? Hold on a second. All right. Okay. All right, so these are just posts, like I said, all kind of hearsay stuff, people posting that, you know, some people that know them or know somebody that knows them. So this is my wife Sarah and I met Xana for 2 weeks in July this year. She was staying with Ethan at their summer home. In the beginning, she was very shy at first and kept to herself while Ethan went to work. During that 2 weeks, she warmed up to us and we got to talk to her and know her better. She loved playing with her 5-year-old son. Her and Ethan would race Hot Wheels and monster trucks up and down the hallway with him all night long so we, as parents, could enjoy visiting with my dad and my stepmother. They took him to get Oreo milkshakes and burgers, invited him on the boats with their friends, played in the water with him, even let our son use her phone for hours making Snapchat funny faces with her, laughing the whole time. For those 2 short weeks, he even started calling her Banana because he could not say Xana very well. Aww. The 2 weeks we got to meet her were fantastic. The little time we did have to talk or joke around were great. She gave Ethan purpose. They had inside jokes that no one understood that made them crack up. He looked forward to getting off work as a waiter to see her. If the 2 weeks we got to meet her represent her in her life she lived, the world is missing 2 very amazing people. 2 kids in their 20s that are stripped of being great parents if they wanted that, and amazing role models for the next generation. Let's see. So somebody says, was there an Alexa in the house or any Bluetooth devices that killers' phones would have pinged? There has to be a cell tower that received an active ping during that time. I'm sick about this for everyone, beyond devastating, terrifying. Somebody says, the authorities know who the killer is. What makes you think this? Most people here do. I'm sure they know. So this is basically this person saying that what most people know who it is. I don't know who they're thinking. Why is everyone being quiet if they know? This makes no sense. This is horrific, terrifying, gruesome murder. If they know, they need to make an arrest. Is it a college age person or random psycho? College age. You can make an arrest, but do you have enough evidence for the prosecutors to charge him? If he doesn't confess, this case may never get solved. Anything that I haven't seen anything that states that they know where have you heard that? Yes, they do, crossing all their I's and T's. But you know how people talk, so who knows? Oh, we were super fortunate to have met Xana and seeing how she and E interacted let us realize how much they really enjoyed each other's company. It was nice seeing this more grown-up side of our little brother and watching her listen to our son say, I'm a chicken nugget man from McDonald's 400 times while making the same Snapchat video over and over. She was clearly a patient woman as well. Banana and Big E, we loved and miss you both. Oh, so here's the continue with that thread. Did the perpetrator know the victims? A crime of passion. So they're asking this person that claims to know, right? It was someone they knew. Who, Mr. Plum? Where? Den or attic? Weapon, knife? Why? Tune in next time in the game of Clue. It's like she's making a little joke. He says, about it, everyone is talking about a dude who worked a few doors down from her at his parents'. Wait, his parents. Okay. Not sure how true that is. I have been following closely. Based on the press briefing today, it doesn't seem like they know. Are you in Idaho? Same. Why are they teaming up? Okay. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to go through fast. Somebody like in the group like found these knives on but they didn't say who they wouldn't say like who it was. I don't know. So I'm not sure what if there's any relevance to that. Let's see. Hold on. Where's the first one of that? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Where was that? Here. Do you guys like hearing like the people's theories on what they think happened or no? Because if not, do most people like it? Because I do read, like when I get them, I'll screenshot them to read them, but I'm not sure if I'm the only one that likes to read this stuff. Okay. Why do you believe this aunt left the two other? You do too. Okay. So some people are. Okay. Here's what I think. They all come home around the same time, home by 2 a.m. The killer is already there in the wood line, hiding in the dark, but with a full view of the back of the house the entire time. Watches and waits as they all eat and congregate briefly in the second level kitchen area in varying states of inebriation. Finally, they go to their respective bedrooms, Ethan and Xana on the second level, locking the bedroom door behind them. Maddie and Kaylee do the same on the third level, initially to their own rooms to get ready for bed. The killer is outside, motionless, still waiting patiently, noting what lights are turning on and off and tracking the faint sound of opening and closing bathroom and bedroom doors. His intended target is in there on the top floor, and all lights are out now. He awaits 20 more minutes, silence, yet he is concerned about the unexpected mail in the house. But he is too hopped up on all of this fantasy months in the making to turn back. Plus, he has a target, a mission to accomplish, a retribution. He hopes he can accomplish his task without having to even bother with the couple on the second floor. He is stealthy and he is practiced. He slips in quietly, a window, a door, it doesn't matter. He is in undetected and quietly ascending the staircase to the third floor now. He reaches the intended target's door. It is slightly ajar. In the dim glow of charging electronics, he notices there are two girls in the bed. He freezes for a moment, stops and listens to the deafening silence, and realizes it is far too late to turn back. He pushes in silently and sees his target. She is sleeping hard now, and so is her bedmate. He hovers over the target and unleashes his carnage, a barrage of quickly incapacitating her. The girl lying next to her is awake now, but only for long enough to say no several times. The last one being loud enough to further enrage the killer. She too is quickly dispatched. He had practiced this 1,000 times in his mind. It was quick, the whole thing. He checked his watch. It had only been 3 minutes in total since he entered the bedroom, a total of 5 since he slipped inside the house. The killer quickly looks around and pauses to listen. No sounds downstairs, but his heart is pounding so loudly in his ears he doesn't hear the hushed voices and quiet shuffling coming from the second floor bedroom as he begins his descent. I think the rest is right here. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, where are we at? Descent. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I picked up. 5 minutes, pauses. Okay. Descent down the stairs to make his quick and silent exit. His sick mission now accomplished. A wave of exhaustion rolls over him as he steps off the stairs onto the floor of the second level. He sees his exit across the room. He begins to move toward it silently. To be continued, maybe. Yeah. So this is like the house, you know, from the realtor or whatever, you know, to rent it out, but then they kind of put like where everything is. So, well, how they had it. So they had the Good Vibes neon sign with green leaf background was right here. Hanging pink swirl art canvas, hall to kitchen, third floor stairs. Hall to kitchen, third floor stairs. Empty second floor bedroom. Hall to Xana's room, stairs to first floor. So So they come in over here. Wait, second floor. Well, but see, that's the thing. Okay, so if the stairs are right here, their room's right over here. So he had to have came out. I guess it depends where he, right? I mean, unless if he wanted to get, I mean, if he was intended to kill them too. If not, you would think that one of them had to come out. Ethan probably came out and like caught him, right? Don't. Weird, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Rejection. I feel like he felt like rejected from probably not even, it probably wasn't only that, like, let's say it was the hoodie guy. If it was him, felt rejected that night, but I'm sure there was some lead up prior incidents that he felt rejected by one of them, right? So, and then that just like was probably the last thing, you know, they just took off and they were supposed to, maybe they told him that they were going to go home with him or whatever. Or, I don't mean like go home with him, like go to his house, but like ride home with him, however they're getting home. Oh, so Dylan's boyfriend has been trying to like, you know, defend himself, saying for one, that ain't me in the photo, never even put on a ski mask. And secondly, you can see the date that the SCO photo was taken. The other photo is where I was at that night. So it shows November 13 at 2:46 a.m. that he was somewhere. I mean, you can't tell where, but looks like, is he hugging somebody? Is that the back of somebody's head? I don't know. I can't tell. But because a lot of people have been pointing the finger at him, I guess. So he's been like defending himself. Who else? What else do we got here? Oh, that's all the roommates. Meet the roommates. Maddie posted August 17th. That's Dylan, or Dylan. Why did I say Dylan? Jack. There's another shot. A lot of people are wondering about this Jack Katovic just because he paid Ethan, and then that weird $330 payment to his sister, which is kind of weird. And then he was first to donate to Ethan, so I don't know. Let's see what this says. During the search, the dog was found in a room where the crimes had not been committed. Officers did not find any evidence on the dog, and there was no indication the animal had entered the crime scene. The dog was taken to animal services. That is kind of weird. Okay, so was Was the room like, was he shut in a room? Because if not, that's weird that he didn't go, like, even after it happened, like, he didn't go check out things unless they all were in their rooms with the door shut. That would be the only thing that would make sense why the dog wouldn't have blood on him, because I'm not saying the dog would have had to been there when it happened, but afterwards, you think he would have been little roaming around checking it out, right? Because they weren't found for hours after. So either was the dog like shut in a room? I know he was in another room, but was the door shut? Did you guys hear? I wonder. And if not, then was all their doors shut? Because how didn't the dog have blood on him? Okay, he was shut in Kaylee's room. He was actually shut in there. Oh, or kennel. Yeah, you're right. They could have had him in a. Okay, just curious. Manner in which Kaylee and Maddie were killed different. Reveals entry point was the slider or window in the middle floor per Kaylee's father. Review of daughter's text did not imply she was scared, so thus no 911 call pre-murder. Okay, maybe that's all he meant by that. He states sharing alibis of suspected persons would help them. Kaylee's father has spoken to Maddie's parents and Xana's father, but not to the family of Ethan. Well, at night, the house is lit by an eerie glow coming from a computer monitor that reads no network detected after police took the hard drive for the investigation. And, no one has switched off the monitor. Dozens of investigators have been in there. Yeah, look at that. Is that like, it looks all like chewed up almost or broken. It almost looks like a dog chewed on it or something, huh? Oh, I didn't know I had that message up. All right. And then look how cute this is. They all got tattoos. Even Maddie's grandma, I think they said she was 92 years old. 23 of them got these tattoos for Maddie. How precious is that? Aww, her 92-year-old grandma. Wonder what they're taking a picture of. Wonder if they do have like. Wonder if there actually was blood. Because you would think with that that he had to have like tracked some blood on his way out, right? Don't I mean? Wouldn't you guys think? You would think. So here's where that good vibe. So when we were looking at the inside of the house, that's where that is. So that means Xana and Ethan's room's over here to the right. And then straight. But I'm still, okay, so if he comes in this way, and he goes up, and then he'd have to come, he wouldn't even have to go over here around Ethan's room. He'd be able to, it's like back here, he'd be able to go right up to their room. So he comes down. So I still, yeah, I do think Ethan would have came out and like confronted him over here for the guy to have seen him if they weren't intended to be killed. And it was just like he woke up and seen him or something. So that would mean Ethan would have had to come out of his room over here, right? And then Xana, so that's kind of far. Maybe she just heard Xana like yelling for him or something. Let's see why I forget why I have these links about sorority house damaged by fire. Trying to remember what that's all about. Does anybody hear about that? I have these links saved. I don't remember why I did that. Like why, hold on, let me see. Let's see. See what was in my head or why I decided to save this. See what it says. University Idaho sorority house. So this is January 2022. So this past January was damaged by fire Friday night. Moscow volunteer firefighters were called to the Alpha Gamma Delta house on Nez Pierce Drive on New Greek Row around 6. Crews found a fire burning in the attic above a second-story bathroom. Firefighters quickly extinguished the fire. The sorority house sustained some flame smoke and water damage. No one was hurt. Moscow Fire Chief Brian Nickerson says a heat lamp in the bathroom likely sparked the fire. UI is working with sorority to find temporary housing for Alpha. Okay, I'm not sure why I links that. Hold on. I have another one too that says it's 2 grad students were charged with arson. Let's see what that is. Maybe that was linked or something. Let's see. Because this was like last week. I feel like I saved this. Come on. Working. I don't know. It's not linking. Have you guys heard anything about that? Tribune. Why isn't there linking? I want to see what it's all about. The grad students. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. 2 others charges follow arson investigation. Denied felony charges of conspiracy, arson, grand theft, and perjury. Matthew Hohenstreet, 25, pleaded innocent during arraignment to all 4 charges, carried in 2 grand jury indictments, denied the accusations again during a bond hearing. He was released after posting $20,000 bond. So other people charged conspiracy to commit arson. You stem from a July 12th break-in and theft, torching of the Idaho State Probation and Parole Office. Huh. All right. I'm not sure why if I thought that had anything to do with the murders. I don't know what I was thinking, but all right. I have a couple more articles over here. So here's this. Oh, wait. Where'd it go? Here's that one where that Joe was talking about from. No, wait, that was Daily Mail, he said. Hold on. Here's the one where it's their means of death don't match. They don't match. The points of damage don't match. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. Yeah, that's that. They've cleared several people, including a person who made 911 call and 2 other roommates. Hold on, let's see. Locks on the Idaho College were fixed the weekend before, victim mom said. So that was an interview, Xana's mom, about Xana's dad that fixed the locks the weekend before, which is really weird. And about him turning to private investigator. Hold on 1 second. All right. This wasn't quite the one I was looking for, but let's take a look at this here. Yeah, I don't know. Original kitchen. Two of the victims likely fought back, suffered defensive wounds, trying to ward off the slasher. Access by the home. This is a sliding door. One of the girl's fathers believe may have used the. Oh, I want to see what the pool. Do you guys think? So, do you guys think that this is how the killer came in? Then sliding doors. Huh. Is everybody kind of in agreement on that, or I've heard some people mention that they think he came in the window though. I'm just curious, like what most people think. Oh, this is the one. Okay, so one. Yeah, new details now emerged about Gonsalves and Mogan's last night out from Joe, a local man who saw the two co-eds out on the town in the hours before the attack. Police had previously said that the women were partying at the corner club bar that night before the attack. Vito Joe was also there and said that the women were catching the attention of many of the men at the bar. A lot of guys were talking to them at the corner club, he told Daily Mail, adding that Gonsalves was visibly drunk. The taller girl with the pink on, she was glass-eyed, which he said he didn't say that. He said that they say glass-eyed, and he just said, "Oh yeah," he agreed. I audibly said "ew" out loud. She was just stumbling through. He said he left the corner club ahead of the girls and was with a neighbor who had just moved to Moscow, showing her the Grub Bus, a food truck popular with students with the late night munchies. I was just there waiting because the Grub Bus takes forever when a bunch of drunk zombies show up there, he said, noting that he was 100% sober. That was when the woman showed up with a guy in a hoodie who has been the subject of much speculation among the internet sleuths as a suspect. Police have not named the man, but said that he is not considered a suspect. I saw a hoodie guy show up with the two of them. The vibe I got from him is that he's super nice and he was trying to help them. He also said that he didn't say that the hoodie guy, that he saw the hoodie guy show up with them. Said so. They said they kind of like put words in his mouth. Joe defended the man as a dutiful chaperone who may have had amorous intentions. Funny, nice. Make sure they got home safe. They were super drunk. Thought he was a solid guy. Believe me when I tell you that his vibe was not bad. While they were waiting, a bunch of fraternity guys showed up. I was making fun of one of the guys who showed up at the grub bus in short shorts and a tank top, and it was cold, Joe said. I said, "Relax, bro. Some of us are single." That made everybody laugh, and then he made a joke. He said people were just talking and chatting, waiting for their food orders. Kaylee and Madison were hanging out around the truck, hounding people who were picking up their orders. He said it was then that a dark four-door sedan showed up. A guy out A guy got out and yelled, "Hurry up," Joe said. I saw them get into the car and I looked, and it looked like they just ditched him. I said, "Bro, they're leaving." He said, "What the F?" And I said, "Sorry, brother." So there's that. The grub bus cashier had mercy on the two women and handed them food and took it and ran to the car. And they took it and ran to the car. I said to the guy, "Did you just give those girls food without them paying?" "Oh, without them paying." But didn't they pay like when they ordered it? That's when they were all paying, right? He was like, "Yeah, they had to go home." I gotta watch that again, but it seemed like they were paying when they ordered and then they go pick their food up, I thought. Oh, thank you, the great interpreter. Sorry, I know I'm not looking at chat too much right now. I apologize. I'm missing some. All right, I'm trying to put that up, interpreter. Yeah, we watched that actually, Maurice. Yeah, that's what I thought. They paid first. So what is he even talking about? There you are. Great. Thank you. The most direct route to the Boise area, Lake Cabin location, is through US 55 South. 3 traffic cameras on that road. Thank you. Okay, so he said the day after the news of the murders broke, Joe realized that he had some information that police could use, so he reached out to the authorities. The only thing that I was able to verify the timeline and tell police that they got into the car, he said. The driver of the car has also been eliminated as a suspect by police. Joe said that the case really hit home with him. I was there. I have a little girl. At the end of the day, a dad's going to go through Thanksgiving without a daughter, and that really hurts. So just to sum it up with Jack, I just think, man. So I think he felt rejected, and I don't know. I just feel like either way, I feel like he felt rejected. Is he the type to then go and murder these people? I don't know, but he's got supposedly anger issues. He's freaking good with a knife. His alibi is a little iffy, driving to a cabin 5 hours away that night at 2 in the morning. I mean, would a college kid do that after being out at the bar? Supposedly he's out of the country. Kaylee's dad made it seem like they didn't get DNA, so he basically left without getting DNA. He's 5 hours away in a cabin. Did they actually get to interview him in person to see if he had any like marks on him, any injuries? His family is probably very well liked. I mean, his parents are both doctors. His brother's a doctor. I mean, are they big donators to the college? Is that playing a role? Why they cleared him so quick? Does he possibly feel like, I don't even know what the word is for it, but like, his family's very successful. Maybe he's not. Feels kind of like not good enough. Could contribute to like his anger issues and his just the way he is, if he is indeed like that. Like people are saying, hold on, let me bring up a couple of these. I know I already read them once, but let's just, some of these people that maybe just got here. Didn't see some of it, but this is some girl that worked with him. She said she used to work with him. That, let's see, there's some specific behaviors that gave her an eerie vibe. He was a seasonal employee. He would be going back to college later in the fall. At first, he seemed to be able to work together fairly well. They did, her and him. But a few shifts in, his demeanor changed completely. Another female coworker and I were in the middle of dinner rush, and apparently A mistake was made somewhere, and he started blaming me for things that I didn't do. Saying things like, "You are the dumbest bee I've ever met," and pacing around, standing super close and getting in my way when I try to put some space between us. In an attempt to ease the tension, I decided to play along by saying, "Thank you so much," hoping maybe he'd shift course or at least ease up a little. But instead, he became even more aggressive and started towering over me and shouting. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared for that kind of interaction that evening, so I slapped him. Not my proudest moment, but it seemed like the safest alternative for me at the time. Being shorter than he is, I got written up for it. So it's on record. But apparently it was not the first time he treated other women in the kitchen in a similar fashion. To what extent, I'm not sure, but they all say he had made them uncomfortable. It concerns me because I saw the food truck footage. If that really is him, I would definitely keep my eye on him and ask around a little more. Something just doesn't sit right with me. And another thing is I had said this at the beginning that so he's the youngest brother of 5, right? Oh, wait, I didn't mean to. Oh well. And you could go on his family's like social media and you see like pictures of his parents going to Africa, going on these trips with his brothers, and he's the only one that is not in the picture. So seems like he's the only brother that's not going on these trips, these family trips with the family for some reason. So is he like kind of like a black sheep outcast? Maybe just feels like out of place, doesn't feel, I mean, who knows how he's feeling, but so yeah, why is he not in any of the pictures when they go on the trips? It seems like. What else? Yeah, supposedly he got kicked out of a frat for anger issues, and then we saw that the harassment, the SH. Somebody said, so I don't know which is which or if they're both a part of it. Why he got kicked out of the fraternity, I don't know. If it hasn't been confirmed, I don't know if we could confirm that for sure, but I'm going to try to look into it and see if I could get a list of the names of the fraternity. But I heard like at least Ethan's went private, right? So I don't know. It's probably going to be hard to find information. And then hold on one second. I wanted to read that other thing real quick about the person that said they had a niece that was there. Hold on one second. They talk about like that night. Supposedly that somebody that was there with them, allegedly, it's all hearsay. Oh yeah, and then him being good with a knife. He's a hunter. There's pictures of him with those type of knives. So it's probably pretty likely he owns a knife like that. He knows how to use it. Yeah, I want to read this again, and then I want to read. Yeah, here's a list somebody did. Like the list where it says kicked out of fraternity for anger issues, kicked out of corner club for being creepy with girls. Has Kabar knives? Is that, am I saying that right? And no stranger to gore per hunting pics. One of the last people to see Maddie and Kaylee alive. Alleged alibi after leaving Grub Truck that night was he immediately drove 5 hours to parents' cabin. And then so I think the neighbor did it. The girls had filed reports with the local police claiming he had stalked them. He had belonged to a frat but was thrown out. It's been theorized that Ethan, who also belonged to a frat, which was different than the one the neighbor belonged to, told the neighbor's frat about the stalking, and that got the neighbor kicked out. It explains motive and targeting. He said, I don't know if this is true or not. The girls' house had parties at their house all the time. The neighbor probably went to those parties. Their front door code was given out freely. He was a champion wrestler and for sport killed large animals and cut them in two. He had a large knife collection. I forgot to ask again. Somebody has said in chat that Jack, how did they word it? That Jack D the core or whatever was liking Jack Showalter's posts after the murders or something like that. Whoever said that, can you send me screenshots of that? If you're still in here, I asked you when you said it the first time, but I haven't gotten anything yet. All of this is just speculation, but dang, he is very suspicious to me. He also knew how drunk the girls were and maybe thought it would be easier to commit the crime. The hunting picture shows he has experience with knives like that and likely owns one. Like that and likely owns one. Hold on, I'm trying to find that other one where the niece. So yeah, like right here, you could, oh wait, here you go. This is blocked out, but there's a knife here. There's a knife here. Seems like that style of knife, right? So he definitely has experience with them. So there's just a lot of stuff that, just trying to find one more post though that I wanted to reread again. Here we go. It is a fact. Yeah, it says, I am posting for a member that wishes to remain anonymous. I have fully vetted them. So the admin for this group said they fully vetted this person. It is a fact that the hoodie guy had been acting weird at the bar and the girls had complained as he was creeping them out. My niece was with them and her roommates along with other sorority sisters that evening at the bar. He had creeped the girls out that much to make a complaint. Stalking behavior, if you ask me. He then went to the food truck and made them feel uncomfortable. And how in the video he leaves abruptly and their ride comes is disturbing. I am curious, where was his vehicle parked? It's not within walking distance to his supposed address next to the girl's home, if that is indeed correct. Did he get a ride home with an Uber or Lyft? What time? Who leaves at 2 a.m. to drive to a hunting cabin? And is it hunting season in Idaho still? The phone records and DNA are most likely still being processed. But I'm wondering if did they get DNA? Did they get a good look at him before he went out of town and then before he went to out of the country? Oh. And even if he didn't go out of the country, let's say that turns out to be false. If he still was 5 hours away, did the cops get to interview him in person? Because did he have any injuries? Plus, he could have stopped anywhere and got rid of that knife. I mean, he goes 5 hours away. He could have, that knife could be anywhere if he's the one that did it, right? I feel like there's too many things here that's just. And then supposedly the rumor is that the parents donated to the school. That's just hearsay. I don't know if it's true. And then they're friends with this Klein family that has I forget the job title now of the father of Klein. I could probably play the TikTok again. But there's pictures of Jack with the family and stuff. And then we have Steve in that article saying that, where is it? In that article saying where, let's see, that, yeah, he was concerned that one suspicious character had been ruled out too quickly, seemingly allowing him to flee the country without taking a DNA test. Oh wait, Oh, I forgot. Somebody, was that you that gave me the address of the cabin? I forgot to share, like, the area where that was at. Okay, so they should be able to look. Wonder if we could get access to those cameras so we could look and then help the law enforcement out. They don't want to look if they haven't, then we could look through the hours of the footage and, but do we even know what car he drives? That's a thing. We would, and thank you for the super chat. We would have to know what kind of car to look for though. you know? Can you guys maybe let's try to figure this out, and then if we're able to get access to those cameras and look through them. Here, let me bring up. I forget who sent me the map of this, but thank you. Hold on, let me. But wait. Here. Let's see. Show. Oh, hold on a second. I'm doing a GPS. 1 second. Let me see. All right, let's look. I want to just see where this is at real quick. All right. Is this the cabin? Hold on a second. Whoa. Yeah, they got a nice house. They got like a basketball court and everything. Whoa. I'm not gonna put this up because I don't want, as much as I could preach that don't go to their house, like I feel like I don't know where the wrong person's gonna get it. And then I know it's public, but I don't want anybody going and harassing these people. I wonder if there's a way I could share it without sharing the actual address. Like I said, I know it's public anyway, but I could oh, I got a good idea. I know what I could do. Hold on. I could screenshot it and then block out the address. Even though, like I said, I know it's public, you guys could find it, but I don't want to be the one to put it out there and then somebody harass them. All right, hold on. Let me just screenshot it. Block out the... But whoever, I remember when you sent me this earlier in the live, but I thought you said it was going to be the cabin's address. This doesn't look like a This isn't the cabin, though. Hold on a second. Let me see how far this house is from the where it happened. Hold on, let me see. Whoa, then maybe this is. Wait a minute. No. That don't make any sense. Oh, this is walking. I'm like 98 hours. That's not right. But I have it on walking. I guess this is. This is 5 hours, 41 minutes. That's a freaking cabin? Are you kidding me? That's a freaking nice cabin. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Luna. Wow. I was expecting like a little log cabin or something. Oh my God. That's nice. Looks like there's like a basketball court and stuff. All right, hold on. Let me just block out the address for right now, at least. I'm sure it's already out there anyway. I'm sure there's other creators already doing it, but right now I'm just going to do it like that. And then maybe in the future, if everybody. All right. Well, no, I don't have to ever show it. Why? Yeah, never mind. The only reason I would want to is to show like the route if we need to like figure out like cameras or whatever to help figure out what cameras and the routes and stuff. That it's helpful to have people helping, but besides that, all right. I got it blocked out. Save it now. Now, how do I save it? There we go. Did that save? Yeah. Okay. Let me share it real quick. Yeah, so it said it was like 5 hours and wait, hold on. Let me see exactly what it said. 5 hours. 5 hours and 41 minutes. So almost 6 hours actually. 297 miles. Wow. Okay. Let me bring it back up real quick. So, yeah, look. It's right here. So it's like a nice little basketball court. I mean, that's some cabin, huh? I don't even know if I call it a cabin. I want to see. I try to go down, but the Google truck didn't make it on any of these roads. So, I mean, the thing is you could see, like, he could have hid that knife anywhere. And plus, on the whole way there, he could have stopped anywhere. Like, huh. If it is him. And they probably didn't get DNA. And if he's, like, connected somehow to important people in the community, they might just not look into him. They might not ever catch the person if I mean, I don't even know if it is him, but all right, guys. Well, you know what? I never did play the Evil Exist video, but I didn't know which one you wanted me to play. Well, I'm already on 3.5 hours. Whoa. Wait, and around we go. We have no clue where any possible persons of interest are located. Give up that pointless search. We just like chatting. This is what we do in true crime. We just like discussing it and trying to, you know, give our opinions. That's all. Oh, okay. Well, that was the one that people, when they said they were sending me basically where he went. So maybe is that where he went? Cynthia, that night? Or did they have like another place, like a smaller cabin around there? You know, I don't know. I do? I've been up for a while. It's been a long day. So yeah, you're probably right. Hey, Reverend Cynthia Hughes. I'm actually this coffee I made, my Nespresso, I just had like the shots left. So I made 2 shots, but then I ended up pressing it 4 times, 2 each. So it was really strong. Oh, Holly, you don't need to be. Always loves Ev. You know, I've been only a watcher. I do have a valid. Yeah, you do. Of course. Did I miss it, Holly? Share it. What's your opinion? Don't even worry about these people. I just don't get why if people hate that we talk about this, like they're at the wrong channel. That's what I don't get. Like, because that's what we do here. I'm not like in denial that this is what we're doing. We speculate. We talk about theories. We talk about opinions. I like reading other people's theories, like the post and stuff. It's just confusing me why people waste time on things they don't like. You know, I don't know. I never will understand that. Oh, they are, Abby? Wait, why? I'm sorry, Holly. It's not like the most to chat, is it? I know, that's what I was saying. Don't look like no cabin to me. But I just wonder, is that the place that he went then? Wait, she said that you do no research. That's in response to people being upset by what she said above. Oh, okay. Wait, Holly, you want me to have your back, but you're talking crap about me? Huh. All right, well, I don't know. I didn't see what you said, but that don't seem right. Oh, thanks, Juliet. I wish we had 100% proof Jack was kicked out of the bar for being creepy and what he did exactly, since women think all men that aren't hot are creepy. Women think all men that aren't hot are creepy. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I wish we did too. And it proves that he got picked out or kicked out of the fraternity. I wish, you know. I don't know how. Like, I guess the fraternity is possible to prove because we could somehow get if we could get a list of the current members. But the bar thing. Hold on a second. Um. Thanks, Lisa. I'm trying to see what was going. Okay. Oh, I see, Holly. Well, thanks, Holly. That's a great compliment. You're so sweet. Makes you jealous. Aw. No, just some people are interested. I was interested. I wanted to see what it looked like. It's just interesting to see where one of their houses. Just to kind of put it into perspective of where he comes from, like what kind of life he lives. I think it's all important to be honest. And if I was able to show the route, you know, at least for me, I saw the route, so that could be important actually, because we could see what cameras we need to look at, the route that he took, if that is indeed where he went. I could see what cameras to possibly try to find, um, to see if we could track them. So yeah, it really is actually. I think it's very important, but thanks anyway. Oh yeah, Daniel, me too. Like, not that I think I don't have anything against law enforcement. I think they do important work and we need them, but they're not always right. You know what I'm saying? And for them to say that right off the bat, they didn't. They kept it open. They said at this time. So I think we're allowed to like still consider and talk about it and not just like they didn't say for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's that off that we look into everybody really. You know what I'm saying? So I still think they do a good job and it's important what they do. So but like I said, they said just at this time. They could go back to them at any time once they get more information, you know, as they're learning stuff. So yeah. Why hope? Wait. I don't even know what's going on. I feel like thanks, Lisa. Well, Holly, to be honest though, not all cases, there's different levels where I feel I don't know what the word is. like, I'm not equally into, like, all cases, not like, that might be worded wrong. I even said with the Kylie case, I felt some kind of connection to it, just like with the Watts, with the Vallow case. There's certain cases that I'm just like, I get more, there's more of like, I don't know why, that I feel more connected to certain cases. And so it's, probably won't be as like intense with each one. I don't want to say that. Hold on. I'm trying to think of the right way to word it. Um, because I do care about them, but there's just some cases I feel more connected to, I guess. So yeah, I agree. Kylie, I felt like super connected. There's something about that case that just drew me in more than some other ones. So you might get different feelings depending on what case. I mean, I agree. It's just, I think most people probably could relate to that. There are certain cases that you might feel a little bit more connected to. Not that I don't care about this one, but I don't feel as connected as I did the Kylie case to this, as far as, I don't know what the right word is, because I don't want to come across like I don't care about it, but I don't know. Hopefully you understand just from what I just said. Like I said, it's not that I don't care, but yeah, I was super more connected, or there was something about the Kylie case that just I felt more of a connection to, I guess. That's all. And then there'll be another one that's, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. There's certain cases, maybe because similarities in your life, that I feel like everybody is kind of like that with cases, right? Ones that you feel more and ones that not as much, ones the medium maybe. I don't know. Thanks, Chica. Yeah, they're just jealous. Oh, I don't know what it is, to be honest, but I'm just joking. I mean, I'm just joking around, but no, it's all good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry you've been getting hate. I mean, like I said, I didn't see it because I don't get to see all the chat, but it's maybe about like with the wording, sometimes it could come across as like, I could see how that maybe came across as like rude, or you know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I think it was just the way you worded it, just kind of came across as a little bit harsh, I would say, Thanks, Doris. Thanks, Grateful MC. Yeah, but see, I'm going up and I'm not seeing a lot of bullying. Thanks, Hey Jude. I didn't see a lot. I haven't even seen any. I'm not saying that you like there isn't any, but are you maybe exaggerating a little bit of how much she was attacked? Let me see. Because if it was just from that last comment, that wasn't even that long ago. Unless if was she making more than one comment? I'm trying to see, Holly, just to see what will happen. Because, like I said, I can't keep up with everything. I try. Yeah, you got me curious on what happened. Let's see. I'm here to talk and admire your work. We all want desperately to know who did this. I don't wake up without this case on my mind. Oh, Marilyn. Thank you. Okay, let me just see. Has old been debunked days ago? I just feel your heart is not. But to be honest, Holly, that stalker thing is still up for debate. Like the cops had said they can't find it. They can't really find too much. They found like one incident or whatever that they don't think it really was stalking. But I mean, that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's still people are still there's still some people that think that it could possibly have happened. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's the thing, just because some of the law enforcement say they don't think something, or if you have been studying true crime, you know, a lot of the times law enforcement end up being wrong. I mean, not a lot of the times, but I could say like 50% of the times. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just say because what they said in the first week, the first couple days, or whatever in the investigation, that means that it can't change or that they're 100% right. So I do disagree on that. They're not always right. I'm still going up, and then I'll be able to see other people's chat as I'm looking for it. Supposedly confirmed Jack was kicked out for being creepy. Okay, thanks. Actually, yes, I'm gonna look into that. Thank you, Steele. All right, let's see. Pathways away from the grub truck. He gestured toward them like. So is this the first one, Holly? That you said? Let's see here. I'm thinking, I'm guessing that's the first one, right? Hold on. I just want to see how much you did get attacked. I'm just curious. I want to see for my own eyes, because if it's going on, I want to try to know what's going on in my chat. Okay. I think this is the first one, right? Let's see. So do you have a photo of Ethan's male triplet? Do they look alike? Oh, Allison, hey. Okay. Yeah. From what I'm seeing, that's the first comment you even did, maybe. Okay, so let me go back down and see how bad it really was, because you have two other people saying that you were attacked too. So let's see. All right, so we have that. Somebody just says, Holly, really? It's not attacking, in my opinion. They just, Holly, really? That's your opinion and it's rude, which it kind of is worded a little bit rude. I don't think that's being attacked. That's just her opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying like you saying a somewhat rude thing is okay because that's your opinion, then somebody thinking that you're rude that's her opinion too. You know what I'm saying? So if you're viewing it like, okay, we're allowed to have opinions, even if they're mean and they're saying mean things about people, but it's just our opinion, we're allowed to have different opinions. So people are allowed to think that what you said was rude. If you're allowed to say that my research is bad and I can't keep up with anything and I'm lost and stuff. So yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's all on the same level. Let's see. Somebody just said Holly O. Oh, just like I don't somebody does say block you. She's rude. Somebody just said Zav's uncovering more than I've seen on other channels. Thanks, zavgirl. That wasn't even that wasn't bashing at all. Just giving her opinion. I'm trying to read anything that could pertain to what you said that could be to you, just to see how much you really got attacked. I think Zav is amazing. She does a great job. Nothing wrong with that. I've learned so much tonight. Great live, Zav. Because then you comment again. It's not rude. I'm just observing. She comes in and out with different cases. No research. Now Idaho 4. It's insane. She didn't do any research. It's facts. Blah blah blah. Only one person has called you rude so far, which I think we're allowed. That's allowed from what you said. We're allowed to have different. You're allowed to have that opinion. You had that opinion about me. That was negative. So somebody says, Holly, then maybe you can go up and tell us what you know. So just offering, hey, if you know more, go ahead and go up and tell you. That's not bashing. I don't even think that's mean at all. That's opening up to what, like, okay, I want to hear what you know. It was worded actually. Holly, we have your opinion. You don't like, bye. Still, that's not really how, like, the other two people said too, that like you got bashed so hard. I'm not seeing it yet, hon. That she does tons of research and presents what she searched, then it's suggested and looks up what want her to show. Holly, but to say no research is definitely inaccurate. It's just stating an opinion and what she thinks. You know what I'm saying? That's not bashing. Holly, not sure where you're looking, but I've seen her produce loads of evidence with receipts. Show us your research so we can compare. All just people bouncing ideas off each other. Breathe. That's pretty nice and worded really nice. Just kind of like, hey, well, we're not sure. Like, show us yours. Maybe we can compare. Let's bounce some ideas off each other. Huh. I'm not seeing it. Then you're saying don't be a-holes. I'm just seeing that. I've always loved Zav's channel. I've only been a watcher. I do have a valid opinion. I don't think anybody's being that way. From what you said, I think the reaction's pretty expected, you know. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think you got attacked at all. Seriously, guys, we're all adults here. Please be nice. And somebody says Chad is bullying her. Didn't see any bullying. I feel like hers might have been a little bit more harsh than anybody's reaction to hers, but And I'm not saying you're not allowed. You're allowed to say what you say, but if you're accusing people of bullying, I feel like yours is a little bit on a higher level of aggressive than theirs. I mean, I'm just being honest. Maybe I'm being biased because it's about me, but I'm trying not to be biased. That's why I'm going through the comments. And then somebody's just saying, because that's must, then I probably reacted when I said, "Oh, Holly, are you getting attacked?" I didn't realize that it was for, you were saying this stuff about me, and I was, just asking. And then so Sarah says, oh, somebody says, sorry, I don't mean, Zav, Holly's comments were about you. So she's just telling me. And somebody says she's getting bullied, which, no, I don't see that. Somebody says not at all. Somebody asks, how is she getting bullied? Somebody says she's trashing you. But this is after you're already saying, oh, I'm getting bullied. They're being whatever. Somebody just says, wow, Holly, that's not nice to say. So somebody said, we are defending Zav. People can be such jerks. You do an amazing job. The chat is defending you, Zav. And then the person sticking up for you says, she said you've done better research in the past and your chat jumped on her instantly. I only seen a couple people like react at first. And then when you kept responding, and then people just chimed in, but there's like 2 people that said something. So I don't know. I think that was a very exaggerated, guys. Sorry. I don't think you were bullied. My conclusion is no. What do you guys think? I read every one that could have been about, that you could have been to her or about you, Holly. And I don't know. I don't see it. But sometimes you feel like that in the moment, but when you go back and read it, you realize, oh wait, that's maybe not. So I wanted to go back and read it to you so you kind of could put it in perspective to see that maybe you really weren't bullied. I'm not talking crap, you say. I'm just saying all of these theories and vids we watched already days ago by other channels. I think Zap's heart is hurt. That's funny because most of the videos that I played were from today. But I had people requesting other videos. I don't know when they were from. I didn't look. But the ones that I put on my list in my files, I picked the ones from today. So I don't know about days ago. Were you able to jump to the future to get them or something? I'm confused. And of course, there's hundreds of channels talking about, probably thousands of channels. You got TikTok, you have YouTube, you have Twitter. You're gonna have the same stuff. There's only so many facts and stuff to go over and theories. So of course you're gonna have the same stuff. That'd be impossible not to, There's nothing new. Like, do you want me to just like invent like fake new stuff? There's only so much, and we all go over the same stuff. That's just what we do. And yeah, maybe I'm not the first to go over it, but why does it make a difference who's the first? You know what I'm saying? It's just about the style and just having the conversation, and different people's opinions and thoughts that are different from channel to channel. But as far as the main stuff that we have to discuss of a case, you only have so much stuff, or you'd make up things, and I'm not going to make up stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. That's the way it is. Yeah, because the ones that I had, they were just all today. Because there's so many videos on this. So what I did for today is I tried to find like videos that were from today to play. Because there's so many channels, so many news channels are doing it. So I figured, hey, let's get the ones from today. The chances are that will be the newest stuff, but there's really not. It's just repeat stuff. I know, because there's a few new things here and there, like that maybe that you haven't heard, but yeah, there's only so much stuff, buddy. No, I just wanted to, Wolfpack. I wanted to go through it and see, It's all right. I'm glad I did, because I would have felt bad, like, oh my God, she was bullied, but I went through it and no. She was all right. Nobody bullied her. But can you, like, why don't you rewind and watch the first part of it? This is just, I'm about to end it. This is just the end. Just go watch the main part where we're discussing things. Rewind it. This is just the wind down. So yeah. No, it's okay, Debbie. I'm glad I went through it though. So I'm glad you guys did say that. So it gave me like a motive, like it made me want to go through to see. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to share, so I'm just chatting with you guys. So yeah. Yeah, hold on, Lisa. Are you talking about the ring masked one? This one? There you go. Oh wait, where are you guys at? Oh, there you are. Davy Oakley. So do you think that you're leaning towards Jack D? I don't know, horror gal. They just said that the post that's going around with that picture about that picture is that law enforcement showed the screenshot to a fraternity house and they recognized the eyes of the guy and said it was somebody. Wait, how did they word it? Somebody down the street, like a neighbor. Hold on, let me see exactly how they worded it. Let me see if I could find that. The post. Where do I have it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I found it. Okay. Says it's being reported that a local said police have footage from a doorbell cam of a masked man entering or at least walking up to the house around 3 a.m. and got a somewhat discernible screen grab of his eyes. And this was shown to the neighborhood frat sorority houses. And I guess the frat identified the photo instantly as a man who lives on the same street. Another local admitted that they in fact gave the footage to the police. So, I don't know. Thanks, Montrose. Lurker. Lurker. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows with this stuff? It is creepy. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, ever since I watched that food truck or like the first time, I just could not get my mind off of him. Like that's who I keep going to for some reason. Just because it's more the way they reacted to him. You know? It's like, I mean, plus, so he's like acting like he's with them, he's watching them, but the fact that they didn't really want anything to do with him, and it seemed like he was thinking that they did, you know what I'm saying? That they're supposed to, but yeah, they were like so like, didn't make any eye contact with him, didn't. Maddie did a tad bit, a little bit, but Kaylee, no, she Yeah. Wait, what is it? Okay, Soul for Music, that's so kind of you. What are you doing, Soul? I don't want to miss it. The rings, the hairline. Well, no, you can't really. That's the thing. I was trying to make out, like, is this like his hair right there? Because then it looks like it's short. But I guess it doesn't. I don't know. No, you can't because it goes up to it. I mean, maybe if that. I don't think we could really make it out, to be honest. Hey, Unsolved Case of News. Well, thanks, Lisa. Thank you for joining. Can anyone tell me? Welcome to the family, Lisa. Can anyone tell me when the girls moved away to the car who quickly followed them in the video? I think I saw that. Well, the hoodie guy. Why was there somebody else? They like went for the ride, and then the hoodie guy didn't see right away. Then the Joe pointed. And he's like, eh, and then he goes over and he like does something. I don't know if he's like waving or he's like, wait, I don't know. Who knows what he's doing, but he's probably motioning for them something. Maybe he's just waving, I guess. And then he goes off to the other side. Is that who you mean? Or are you saying somebody else followed him? If that's the case, I didn't notice anybody else following him. But you're probably talking about hoodie guy, I'm guessing. Huh. Who's angry, Holly? Who are you saying is angry? What, Soul? Did you buy, or are you like gifting more things? I want to thank you, but it doesn't. Hold on, let me go to the StreamYard. It doesn't show me what's going on, so I don't know. Are you being a bad girl? Hold on a second. But I've seen people, I feel like this is the second time I've seen people thank you, so I'm just curious what they're thanking you for. Hold on. You know what? I better go. I'm already on 4 hours. I can't go over 4 hours, guys. Oh, the pool. I forgot. Do you think the guy at the food truck with hoodie is 79% says Jack S, 7% says Jack D, and 14% says someone else? So there's big majority, 79%, basically 80 almost, that says that they think it's Jack S. Um, oh, they're talking about for Autumn? I know. I was looking who the rent, and I went up and I didn't see Autumn. I didn't even see that you said anything to her. I'm so confused what's really going on in this chat. You guys, just everybody get along. Please. All right, yo. Yeah, we watched it. We watched it at the beginning of the video. Yeah. I never thought it. Well, I always thought I was like, no, I don't think she, because I feel like if she wanted to take a picture of him, she just would have, you know. So yeah, so he confirmed that. He said he could see the screen, and she was just taking a picture of Maddie. So yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna go. Oh, soul. It's okay. Oh, thanks, Linda. You're sweet. As if she answered brilliantly for the rest, I think they punched nuts. Okay. All right, bye everybody. Okay, Natalie, I'll check it. I'll check them for future videos or for a future video. Watch, I regret it because it's something like I wish I would. Oh, let me end this poll. Okay. Well, I do have a lot of 2, 4, 6, 7 emails. Alrighty, alrighty. All right, bye guys. No, I don't think you're blocked, Jory. I could see you. What do you mean blocked? Thanks, Unsolved. Night, MC. Thank you, Oceans 1111. Hey, Retro Now. Hey, Lisa, happy one. Thanks, Liz. Brianna. Jen. Oh, Nikki. Zbz. Zbz. Thank you. Good night, Wolfbag. TK. Let's see. No, they're not blocked. Kenny Knackers. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'd rather you not answer if you don't know. Bye, Nicole Bryant. I never said I was willing. Okay. Bye, Cindy. Bye, Holly. Bye, Tula Bear. Juliet. Bye. Risa B. Nico. Lisa. Heidi. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Blue Sky. Debbie. Steelburn. Mickey H2022. Water 22. Good night. I don't know. I'm being silly. Bye, Ash. The accent. Whose accent, Osane? Dink. Don't let the negative comments get you down. Just know you help me through every day with my disability on depression. So I thank you and I love Zeke. Oh, Dink. Thank you. I'm so happy that it helped. Well, thank you for your comment. Thanks, Scorpio Joe. Scorpio Joe. Beverly. Ali. I will. Hey, Linda. Guess I'll call it a night. Good night, everyone. But I didn't have it, did I? I didn't think I was doing one. Was I? Huh. Okay. Was it Southern? The Oakley. I will join. Hi, Garen. Yes. Maybe. I mean, maybe. You never know. Oh, Sarah, clear. Thanks, Don. All saying, laughing. All right, I better go. It's getting on 4:09. Oh, you think it's one of them's the target, Nasiba? Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't get it though. I just want to make sure you knew you weren't blocked. I didn't. Okay, Don. Yeah. But I don't think, am I doing that now? I didn't think I was doing that now though. Oh, shoot. Well, but I think is that the Southern accent I feel like is different than the thing I was saying, right? Yeah, that one's different than the Southern one though, Juliet, right? Because I feel like it's two different things. The one I do with you, Juliet, is different than the Southern one, right? They overlap. All right, I better go. Falling out of my chair. All right, bye, guys.